Oh shit. Look who's back. Look who's back. It's time to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about a podcast where you control the discussion, right? Easy concept. Got topics you want to talk about something, put in the comments. I will try my best to talk to you about it. I might not know shit about it because I'm uneducated. I mean, I went to high school, but you know, we're just gonna talk about it. It could be anything. Hot dogs versus turkey dogs. It don't matter. But tonight we have 3 topics. I want you to hashtag in the comments if you want to talk about it. You don't have to come on. You can come on. It doesn't have to be video. I can just have your audio, or you can just communicate through the comments. So this episode 4 is this election over? Hashtag concede or hashtag contest. Are you taking the vaccine? Hashtag shoot me up or hell no. Your Thanksgiving? Hashtag limited or unlimited. Let's talk about it. Whatever you put in the comments, we'll talk about it. But if you want to just give us your thoughts, here we go. If you want to just give us your thoughts, just put the hashtag in there. Whatever, you don't even have to talk about it. Whatever one's more important to you, you just want to answer my questions. If you want to answer my questions, like is the election over, concede or contest, shoot me up or hell no for the vaccine, and are you having a limited Thanksgiving or unlimited Thanksgiving? You let me know. Okay? If you want to join the show, this is the link. All you have to do is plug it in to any browser, any device that you have. Phones work the best. If you got the old school headphones, those even work better. AirPods are fine. You just literally put that in there and hit go, and you'll be in this little green room. And then when you're ready to come in and talk about it, I'll bring you in. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody already in here looking like we got somebody that want to talk about it. I don't know which topic he's going to do because he don't want to play the hashtag game. He don't want to use the comments. So just bring him in live and make him do it in front of all y'all. What is up, man?
Gee, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Man, usually you say brother, and now you say, what's up, brother? You said, brother. What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Good to see you. I haven't been on in a while.
Good.
I want you to take note of this behind me.
Yes, it's finally on the wall.
I got 2 of them, so you can't see the other one. But yeah, I'll get that shit up.
Did you go old school and tack it up, or is it in a frame?
It's in a frame. It's not a real expensive frame, but
I know, but I know you, bro. There's no way you were gonna tack that shit up on that.
It's kind of limited edition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck the wall. I was thinking about the wall. You're thinking about the poster. I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, I know. Fuck the wall. I need to paint it anyway. It's kind of
the wall.
This sort of dingy tan or whatever color this is. I don't know.
Yeah, you looking good. You still working out?
No.
I
play golf about once a week, but man, my workout routine has just been awful.
Do you when you golf, do you walk or do you get the cart?
Mostly walk, actually.
Yeah, see, that's good though. That's a lot, dude. If you really count your steps on a golf, except for me, for sure, because I'm always chasing my ball in some places I'm not even supposed to be at. So I would walk a lot of steps.
About 15,000 last week.
15,000.
Yeah, 15,000 steps.
Oh, steps. Holy
not shots.
Yeah,
and it's hilly too. I usually play out of Brookwood out in New Kent, and that's there's only one flat hole on that course.
Yeah, so I like, you know what I like to do, especially if I'm just getting back into it. Hey, we got 4 people watching live. If you're watching live, please comment something because I can't tell who you are.
I couldn't get in the comments. I don't know. It's probably just my browser though, because I got this shit locked down.
But no, I'm talking to these 4 fools right here that I don't know who it is.
Right.
They just say something. Just say hi, so I know you're here. We'll give you a shout out. Let me do this one. Yeah, that's better. I like that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you see the other one. My other poster right there.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Both Led Zeppelins?
Both Led Zeppelin. That one, not to bore you too much, but this other one over here, this is the very first. That's a film roll from their very first live show ever. They weren't even Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin yet. They were called the New Yardbirds. Some dude
Damn.
took it in.
Would everybody
Okay.
would everybody know that about Led Zeppelin, or only Led Zeppelin heads would
Zeppelin
know
head.
that they weren't? Because I mean, obviously I'm not either. I
Nah, it's
know
only Zeppelin heads. It's really
I
it's
didn't
fairly
know that.
obscure.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that until you said the name, and I think I've heard you say that before.
New Yardbirds.
So I
Yeah,
didn't know. Yeah, I think I've heard you say that whole comment before, but
yeah.
I didn't
I
know.
mean, yeah, I got more information on all that shit than you wanted here.
Do you think that do you think that's an age thing? How old are you?
50.
Yeah, I think so
I
because
don't know. I mean, is it an age thing that I know it, or is it
no
an age thing that I'm a
age
fan
things
of them?
age thing that you know it. Not that you're Crowley diehard and you can play some of their shit on a guitar because that's like another level shit,
Oh
right?
yeah,
You
I can't
can.
do it. No,
You
no.
can't. Oh, you can.
Jacob can. My son
Jacob
can.
can.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
he
think
can.
I
He
saw.
wails. He's
That's
awesome.
crazy. He is awesome. I
I
saw him
just
online.
I just been a big fan for a long time. I got
I
didn't
also
see.
think it's obviously the music you grew up with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's part
You
of it. I mean,
know,
that's
I
one of the
mean,
early.
we're 8 years apart. So yeah,
Yeah.
you were 8 when you were 8. You probably weren't rocking out to nothing yet, but I was 0. So
Kiss.
I had a lot of like that's what I'm saying. I used to go through my dad's shit, and he
Yeah.
had a bunch of Kiss albums and shit.
Right. Right.
So I knew
Yeah.
who Kiss was because of that, but I was that's not my generation. But
Yeah.
that's not yours either. My dad's like
Yeah.
60 something.
I can't. And it's not one of my parents. It's hard for me to. I don't remember where I got into Kiss, but most of the classic rock and whatnot just came from the kids around the neighborhood. There's a lot of older kids around the neighborhood, and that just kind of, you know, the rock and roll kind of came through, kind of filtered down through my brother and then through me, and that was, that was kind of it, man. I remember AC/DC and Zeppelin and some Hendrix, maybe some of the earliest, bands I listened to. So, yeah.
Damn. So
Well,
what was the topic that you wanted to come on to discuss tonight?
let's see. I could talk about any of them, but we can talk about the election if you want.
All right, we'll just then
I know you've been dying to hear my thoughts on that.
until someone has another idea, we'll just start from the top and we'll go through all 3 of them.
All right, that sounds
But
good,
let me
man.
my sister wants to come on. She wants me to text the link so that she can clip on it. Hold on a second. This is crazy. Mom, you're live on the podcast. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi,
say,
geez,
hi
Mom.
say hi to Scott. Her name is June. Say hi to Scott, June.
Scott who?
Scott motherfucking Hicks.
Hi.
Hi, June.
I'll call you back. I'll call you back when I get done with this, or you can punch in the link on your phone and you can come on the show if you want.
No, something I gotta tell you. I can't have it advertised.
Okay, got you. I love you. I'll call you later.
I love you too.
Bye. I don't want to advertise. It's hilarious. But let me send this. You can start. Go ahead and tell me hashtag concede or hashtag should there still be some contest?
Well, I think you should concede, but if the question is, do I think it's over, then no.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because I try, Scott. I try to go with different news outlets. But god dang, if they ain't polar opposite, so I feel myself in the middle and really don't know. Like if you listen to some people be like, yeah, that shit is over. Trump said it was a landslide victory when he won 306 to whatever. But now it's too close to contest. The popular vote is out of control. And yes, 71 million people did still vote for Trump, which is 10 million more than last time. So that's important. But what do you think about is it legit or not? Go.
Yeah, it's legit. It is legit. I mean,
so why did you just say it's not over?
Well, I don't think he's given up yet.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so I read a thing today that talked about how he doesn't have any grand strategy. He's just poking at all of the links. He's just playing with all the links, the possible, weak points in the system. And if he can break it,
I found out something yesterday that concerns me about our election process.
Well, there's a lot of shit that's concerning.
I didn't know anything about the electors, bro. Like, I thought that shit was over. First of all, it's already confusing enough with the popular vote and the electoral college, right? Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, no matter what anybody does with either one of those, it really comes down to December 14th with the electors decide. So they can actually decide the opposite way of an election that just happened. Like, do we even have a democracy?
So that's a bit of a gray area. What you've probably learned this election cycle, and I really hadn't paid attention to before either, is that every state has kind of their own election laws. And I think that I don't know the number, but I think most states have laws against what they call faithless electors. And that means that their electors are required by law to go with the popular vote in their state. So they can't really say, well, if Biden won, we're just going to give them to.
It's like a ceremonial delivering of the message.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, it seems like, and until Trump tried to break every weak point he could, I didn't even know there were all these weak points in the system.
Yeah, I didn't know.
There's, that's one of the fights he's been trying to have, is to get Republican legislatures to appoint their own slate of electors that will be, that will vote along party lines. But I don't think that really has much hope of working. But
that's what I'm saying. But you just said, what do you mean? They can't vote on party lines if they're Republicans in their state when Democrat, and they have to.
Well, I said most states. I don't know all of the states, and I'm a little fuzzy on the specifics of that. I know that those laws do exist, but I don't know where they exist or if they're uniform, because every state has their own laws on that stuff. So it's kind of fucked up,
I've just been super confused lately because, I remember every other time that I'm old enough to remember, like election night. I know it was election week this year, but it's like you wait. Like, I remember when Trump became president, it was like, I think we talked about this before on the other podcast. It was like 2:30 in the morning when they actually called it or something. And I was awake. I couldn't go to sleep until I knew. And that, President-elect Donald Trump. And then I get these people like telling me, they're like, well, since when does the mainstream media ever call an election genius? And I'm like,
every other time.
Every single time. Including when he did it in 2016.
Every single time. Yeah, including when
but it's the elector.
When he won the swing states by a smaller margin.
Yeah.
Some of them anyway.
But I know there's always fraud. I mean, anything there could be fraud in.
All right. So the thing is, the super surprising thing to me is that there just isn't any widespread or large scale fraud, and never has been. Never. I mean, there's been studies on all of this, and it just doesn't happen, and it hasn't happened.
Yeah, but you got to admit that this is not this. You can't compare that to this year.
Yeah,
we never had that many mail. What do you mean? We never had that many millions of mail-in voting.
All right, so why? Let me ask you this: what makes you think that mail-in voting is less secure?
Because they showed that some of them were missing the envelopes, so they didn't get counted.
That's all right. So if they didn't get counted, that's not fraud. That's not fraud. That means they didn't get counted. It's only fraud
if a higher percentage of those particular ones happen to be for the other person.
But again, if they're not counting them, then it's not really fraud. What it is a mistake that somebody made. Yeah, if it doesn't count
Yeah,
for
but
people,
it's a
that's not
vote
fraud.
away from it's a vote of somebody that didn't get their vote counted
Well, that's true,
for
but
their
if it's
candidate,
not
for their
intentional,
candidate.
that's not fraud. That's
Right. That's what I'm
that's
saying.
maybe a
Stuff.
flaw in the
No,
system.
no. I'm giving you
Yeah.
examples of
So
what can happen, and the matching of the signature things is an issue too. And that you could send. The only thing I didn't like is you could send the mail-in ballots after the election. I think it should even been cut off a few days before that, because I can send my shit in before they sort through it. I can go vote in person. Now I just voted twice.
but they have. That's the thing, though. The systems are sophisticated enough in every single state to catch that and to count your vote one time. As a matter of fact, if you send it in, what's going to happen is if it gets there and they've already counted it, and then you try to go vote, they're going to say no.
Right. When I
They're
gave my ID, when I gave my ID, when I
going to
gave
say,
my
we
ID
send you
to
a
the
ballot.
guy, he scans it through the system. When I went to go vote,
Right. They're
my
going to say,
shit
we
prints
send you a
out.
ballot. And then the only way you can vote in person then, and I'm not saying this is necessarily everywhere, but this is, what I've read, is to cast a provisional. So
Yeah.
you can cast a second ballot, but they're going to match it up and say, oh, this person already voted. That provisional is going to get thrown out because you already had requested a ballot, a mail-in ballot
And
previously.
that's you,
There's a
and
lot
that's
of
also
checks and balances.
and it's also a lot of human beings that are counting those.
Well,
So
again,
there's always human.
I want to
There's always human
differentiate here
error.
between mistakes and fraud.
Right. No, I'm saying,
Mistakes are going to
yeah,
happen.
exactly. Yeah,
Mistakes are
mistakes
going to
can
happen.
happen.
Fraud is just not on any scale that's going to make any difference. And mistakes, generally speaking, they're not going to be big enough to make a difference either. They're going to happen. I mean, you can't have 150 million votes and not expect to have some mistakes, but that's not the same as fraud,
Right. It's
Fraud
not
is
the same as
intentional.
fraud. Now, so you don't believe that after the inspectors left at 2:30 in the morning, a truck pulled up to its facility with 30,000 votes, and they were all for Biden.
No, I don't believe it, because nobody's shown any real evidence of that.
Yeah, and see, you said real evidence. Have they showed any? Oh,
No,
they got the
no.
affidavit. They got the affidavits from
but even the affidavits are like, they're not like things have been done wrong. They're like somebody literally. There was one that said they were wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirt, and I felt intimidated, or I had to stand 6 feet away, and I didn't think that was fair, even though it's social distancing. I mean, there's almost, most of them are just jokes. The affidavits don't mean shit. I mean, what you're talking about are affidavits. Essentially, what you're talking about are affidavits from Republicans, people who support Donald Trump. And people, frankly, this is my opinion on it. If you support Donald Trump, then you knowingly support somebody who's dishonest. So I really don't have a whole lot of faith in your honesty either.
Right.
That's me. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, obviously you have a very casual relationship with the truth. So why the fuck would I believe your sworn affidavit?
Yeah. Did you see the press conference? This is what I'm saying.
Nah, I don't watch this stuff.
I was watching. Oh my god, it's hilarious. You miss out on a lot of comedy.
I read about it, and sometimes I'll watch the videos later.
It's not the same, bro.
I know, but it's not me.
Motherfucker was leaking out of his
I
head.
know.
Look, this one dude, he made a TikTok. This motherfucker said, "Oh, with boogers, booger side." He didn't flip it. You can use the other non-booger side usually. He didn't flip it, dog. Booger side. And then took his glasses off and wiped all over his face.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. You can find it on YouTube. There was hashtags on Twitter. I think it's called booger face up.
Booger face up.
Dude, it was disgusting. In COVID, none of them had masks on. He's just like,
Giuliani is insane. I mean, that man is out there.
But why do you die? He's got to be all of 97. Like, why does he think brown dye hair? Like, come on, man. We know you're old, dog. In 9/11, I felt like he was already 70.
Yeah. No,
when he was the mayor of New York, when I was a kid, he looked like he was an old guy.
He's not color.
Yo, my sister's in the building. I see her. I'm gonna bring in my sister. Hey, don't be like disrespecting my sister and right in front of me. Like, you could do it after, but not
Why would
during
I
the show.
disrespect your sister?
Come on, man. I know
I
your
didn't do
sisters.
that.
I love your sisters. Like literally,
I
I love your
know.
sisters. I
That's
want
what
you
I'm
to
saying.
love my sister. All right,
All right,
coming to the stage.
when do you know me to be disrespectful?
Straight from Schenectady, New York. She could try to say she lives in Rotterdam or Niskayuna or some dumb shit, but she's from Schenectady, New York. If you don't know, you should. Christy Gadori, what is up?
What's up?
Look, she's my twin, right? Look, yeah,
Just
he's
less,
I got
laughing, but
more
when we was
hair.
in the
less
you
facial
do.
hair, more hair on top.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I say, I guess you could disrespect me, not her. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. My bad. Oh shit. Hold on. I forgot. Whoa. Let me put my shit on.
Oh, don't be an asshole.
She in bed right now with COVID, dog. Put a mask on, Scott. Put a mask on. Oh my god, I forgot. So, COVID Christy will call you. You're like, remember those garbage pail kids we used to collect as a kid?
You're a jerk.
You're
Wait,
COVID Christy.
Lauren calls me Miss Rona every time she calls. Hey, Miss Rona, how you doing today?
So, hold on, I gotta turn my mic up a little. My headphones. Check this out. Take us back to Saturday. No, fuck that. I'm gonna take you back before that. So, Scott, real talk. She was like, she's in New York, so it's a little different, but she was like all about the quarantine. She wasn't fucking around. She didn't leave the crib. She was finding cool, and you could check her out on Instagram. I forgot what it is, but she flipping tires in the backyard. She went straight fucking She-Ra on us, right? And because she's all about that shit. Nope. Nobody's coming over. Sometimes I'll be seeing online that she have like 3 or 4 of her daughter's friends. Her daughter's probably
No.
Jacob's age.
No, and then I started going out. Let's get it right. And then I started going
Yeah,
out.
wait. Well, I'm getting there. So she was
Right.
doing her thing, and I think she got a little bit of like quarantine fever or whatever. She was complaining online, and I think you started going out a little bit, right?
When the world started opening up in New York, when they had outdoor dining in the summertime, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start going out. I did the outdoor dining. My diner opened up 50%.
You were still safe. Are you a masker?
No, I always wear a mask. And I have hand
okay.
sanitizer. I have Lysol wipes in the car. I have hand sanitizer in my purse. Everywhere I go, I sanitize.
And
I'm
and you
not
were working from home, so you were
working
limited
from home.
contact.
I go to the gym 3 days a week. You know, wash my
Well,
hands before I go. Wipe down everything before I use it. Wipe down everything after I used it. Wash my hands
shout
before
out
I
to
left
Crunch.
the gym. Right. All that.
So
Wait.
go
Then
ahead.
2 weeks ago I decided I'm getting careless. I'm going out drinking. I'm going out to eat.
So
I'm
yeah.
hanging out with
So you
friends.
know what you
I'm
did.
gonna
You know
sit
what
my
you did.
ass down. And I sit my ass down and I get coronavirus.
Like instantly, like the first time you went out.
I did like literally in the last 2 weeks, I've been out of the house twice, 3 times. So in that
Wow.
3 times in 2 weeks I've gone out somewhere,
That's what I'm saying. If we
somehow I
had
got
my other
coronavirus.
sister, if we had my other sister on here, it wouldn't. You'd be like, well, you fucked up, bitch. You be going to casinos and blah 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 blah. But she was safe. So when I heard it, I was like, damn, I can catch this bitch by going on my front porch.
2 weeks.
She got me
2
screaming.
weeks. I've been 3 places.
So, Scott, so we had some plans. I was going to New York for Thanksgiving. We did not.
I didn't know that. So Scott,
Yeah,
I didn't know he
we
was coming to New York.
yeah, she didn't. So
Surprise.
well, that's the thing. It was kind of like we couldn't talk about it. So, anyways, I don't want people to think that because the governor put the mandate in. I don't know, New York. I think you guys like straight up locked up again or something.
No, not yet. Not all the way locked in.
What did they change? What
we're-
did they change?
We have 10 o'clock curfew. I guess coronavirus comes out after 10 o'clock. I don't know. I mean, seriously. Like the gym
10
closes
o'clock.
at 10, all the restaurants close at 10. They can do to go.
Damn, we could stay out later
10.
than that when we was like 14.
I know.
We had like 11 at least.
I mean, everything's kind of still open. Besides, they haven't shut much down.
So she was gonna go over and have some Thanksgiving. I don't know how big it was supposed to be. I don't know. Can you tell us that? Was it gonna be like big time? Like everybody was going?
No,
Who were you supposed to spend Thanksgiving with? Go.
Mom, Louie,
My mom,
Nicole,
two moms.
mom,
Hold on,
my mother,
mom and Louie.
mom and Louie, Richard and Erica, whatever kids he can
All their
bring.
fucking babies.
I don't
All the
know.
babies going.
I don't know. I don't
If
know
all the
which
babies
kids.
going, you're already too late. You're already over. If anybody's kids come, it's over.
Nicole and whoever
And her husband
well, her boyfriend
and her daughter.
and her daughter,
That's what I'm saying. So you over 10.
and then Gianna.
And Gianna.
But now
And you.
we're just gonna sit home because Gianna can't leave the house either.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say who the person. Oh, you might have already said who the person was you was going to see, but that person said, "What you mean you're still not cooking and coming over?"
Yeah.
She has Rona. She hasn't like, oh, maybe I bumped into somebody. Like she has it.
No, I got
Like,
that new
no,
test.
you can't go anywhere. You
I
can't
don't
go
know if
anywhere.
y'all ever got tested.
Not yet.
That shit is not fun.
Yeah, I
They put
watched
the
it.
thing up your nose. My son
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes up your nose.
So
but they said to you,
Frankie, had both of them. The new one, they go halfway up your nose.
no,
The one
this
from like 4 months ago, them motherfuckers scraped your brain. And I saw Frankie get that one, but I have never had one.
So that one I had basically scraped my brain. Like I felt like they dug my eyes out.
I think I'm about to punch my kid in the face.
Why?
2 nights in a row, 2 podcasts in a row. He's in there just going in on somebody on Xbox. He is ruthless. I'm like, I don't know how you have any friends.
Teenagers.
I know. Gianna does that too. Like she be playing with her friend, but they be dissing each other the whole time.
Gianna hasn't played her PlayStation in months.
Oh, she's a PlayStation. All right. So which hashtag do you want to hit up? You want to hit up the hashtag is the election over? Hashtag concede or contest. Are you taking the vaccine? Hashtag shoot me up.
Hell no.
Or hell no. On Thanksgiving, is it limited or unlimited? We already know your answer on that one. You're very limited. So what are you doing with your daughter?
She's in her room.
Right now?
Yeah.
She gotta go.
She's downstairs. No, she can't leave the house.
Was she just throwing you food? I know you have the meal prep, so you gotta go down
No. I wear a mask when I go downstairs.
That's good. It's good. It sounds crazy. I know people think I'm batshit crazy, or that sounds batshit crazy, but what you supposed to do? So what's the deal? No medicine?
No, they won't. They didn't just.
You look great.
Prescribe me.
You might be.
Yeah, how you feeling?
This might be fake news, bro.
No,
she don't look
I'm on
sick.
day 7. I've had every symptom on that list. Right now.
Taste something?
Listen. I lost my taste. I lost my sense of smell yesterday. I can't smell anything.
Well, that's good. You don't even have to smell your own farts.
And then I can't taste.
What's that, Michelle? She said, ooh.
She can't hear you. I got you.
Whatever you're drinking, it probably tastes amazing, huh? What are you drinking?
Not really. It's fucking Gatorade Zero.
Well, you know what? I can't taste today, so
it's like shit, actually. But I'm
I
trying
just
to
ate a salad.
I'm trying to look good.
Like wet lettuce. That's it.
Wet is a feeling. Can't taste like wet.
Listen, I can't. I'm just saying. Like, if you told me to describe what I was eating.
My other friend that had it said he's mad thirsty all the time.
You know what? I have to. No, I have no appetite really. Like, I literally have to force myself to eat. I couldn't keep my eyes open all week.
Like, I was going to ask, what was your energy level like?
I could sit down and just fall asleep. I felt like, wow. I don't know if you ever had mono. That's how I felt. Like I could not keep my eyes open.
Huh. Well, stop kissing dirty ass people. You wouldn't have to worry about mono.
I'm not making out with anybody during a pandemic.
And then you said, and you said that you're damn, you ain't had no quarantine booty. Come on.
I'm not answering this on your live podcast. Okay.
Let's talk about it. Where was I at? Oh, so you still working from home?
Yep. Well, I couldn't work for 2 days this week because I couldn't stay awake.
Oh, I was gonna say, even though you're far, far away, you still wouldn't work.
Even
And
though
then
I
you
work
said
from
on and
home.
you said online that something about you're out of breath.
Oh,
Just
when I
randomly
walk up.
run out of breath.
So if I sit still, I'm fine. If I start walking up and down the stairs, I have to stop and breathe.
But they didn't give you any medication? They just said
Nope,
fuck with it?
just my inhaler because I have asthma. That's it.
Oh,
Wow.
that sucks.
See the argument though. See why this disease is so fucked up, Scott. Like, just listen to that. Nah, it's killing everybody. Not everybody. It's killing a lot of people. It's everywhere. But you got it. Go home. Like, what the fuck? Like, nothing.
Dude, it's
Basically,
fucked up. I've been
What?
fighting with somebody online about the whole thing this week.
they
What about the
basically said,
hydroxycortisone or some
nope.
shit?
You know what they told me? Only take Tylenol for if you need it. Don't take Motrin. Use your
Just like
inhaler.
for the fever or something? Do you get a fever?
On and off, fevers, chills, night sweats.
Jesus.
Well, right now you look good. So
Coughing.
like right now you be all right, and then tomorrow you feel like shit, and it's just so random,
I
or are you
swear
getting
it goes
better?
by the day. It's random. Like I could wake
Damn.
up and feel great. I could breathe. As soon as I start
So
walking around, then I can't breathe.
all right, answer me this. Please tell me you got an answer to this. What the hell did your doctor say to come back and see him? When? When are you supposed to go back? You're not
I
going
didn't even
back.
talk to him. No, I never talked to the doctor. I called the nurse for my results.
God.
The nurse told me, you know what she said? The Department of Health will be in touch with you. I haven't heard
Yeah,
from the Department of Health, so
they're on Thanksgiving break. They'll get to you.
I have no idea
Damn.
if I'm supposed to quarantine from the day I get my test results or the day my first symptoms.
Well,
Who knows?
Scott has some experience. Pretty
Hmm.
much everybody in his whole family had it except him, I think.
How did that?
But
Yeah.
Actually, I read a thing today because that's what I do. It said 10 days after your symptoms first appear, you are no longer contagious.
Well,
yeah,
if
that's what I
the
heard
case. I
from your
started Saturday night,
from your original symptoms.
Right.
which was
Yeah.
last Saturday night.
Yeah. So that's I've been trying to keep up with this stuff. I mean, I think it's very interesting, but I want to know as much as I can about it. And so it's kind of cool to talk. I talked to my family, my sister's family, both my mom and dad got it. My dad was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and he's elderly. And we had like the family conference call to determine what we were going to do with him because it was like, we don't know if he's going to make it. But he came out of it. I don't know how. Will to live, I guess. But yeah, so I read everything I can. Whenever there's any new study that comes out, I try to figure out what's going on and get as much information as I can. So, and then I am locked down.
Well, now you can't even. Yeah, Scott's.
I didn't listen. I never watched the news. I didn't know nothing about the numbers. I didn't want to know nothing about numbers. I didn't want to know nothing. And then, bam, here I am. Now I watch the news.
Yeah. I look at the numbers every single day. Not just. I look at Virginia. I look at the country. I look at the county that I live in. Hanover County is actually not so bad where we are.
We're good.
Not too bad.
There's way worse problems in Hanover County than COVID virus. It's like fucking
I don't
crazy virus.
Yeah,
that would drive me insane. I don't want to know how many people have it.
So, do you think the election is over? Do you think there's still a chance that Donald Trump can win?
Election's over.
It's a wrap, right? So your hashtag concede, and you said you are not. You said hell no to the vaccine. Well, that's a kind of stupid question because I don't think you need it now. You don't need it now.
I wouldn't if I never got COVID, I wouldn't get the vaccine anyway.
Why?
Never even get the flu shot.
All right, this is a good one because I'm on the other side of this.
Yeah,
so
let's go. Let's talk about it.
No.
I'm in the middle.
Let me.
But if Christy talks.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to equivocate a little bit. Here's what I'm going to say. There's some likelihood. There's probably better than average chance that I will take the vaccine. I'm not afraid of vaccines in general, so I'm not one of those folks. And here's what I did say this: if Trump announced that a vaccine was available before Election Day, No way I was going to fucking take that. No fucking way. At this point, yeah, I feel pretty confident about it. I think that there's
because you researched it.
I've been reading about it, yeah. And by the time
it's the type that doesn't infect you with it. It makes your body think you have it.
Well, I mean, I don't. Listen,
it's
I don't know.
It's like MDA or something. Yeah, but not all of them. Like that's a certain kind.
It's brand new. How are you on?
Right.
How would you even want to put
brand
trust
new
me, in your body?
Here's here's the thing with that, and here's my position on it. And again, I'm not really arguing it. I wouldn't argue against people who are not comfortable with it specifically. But here's my reasoning on it is, first of all, I'm not going to be one of the first ones to get it. There's going to be millions of people who get it before me because they're going to go to frontline workers first, and they're going to go to the most vulnerable population first. So I'm not going to be the guinea pig. That first of all. Second of all, trials for this stuff are pretty, despite this sort of anti-science kind of administration we have, the trials for these things are pretty strict, There's pretty regimented stuff.
And they did test a lot of people and got good results.
Yeah, and again, because they're announcing this after the election, I don't feel like there's that lessens in my mind the possibility of a political motivation for coming up with something like that.
I just don't like the Pfizer one because of the temperature. So you have to keep it like below 0 or something. And we're just human, man. And people are going to fuck that shit up. You're going to get some shit that was lukewarm for a little bit. Probably ain't going to work. But it's 90% effective. I'm with you. I would research it. Thank goodness that other people are getting it instead of me first. So I'll have some feedback. Right now, if I could get back to normal and everything I know about it right now before all those other people get it, I would take that bitch just to be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Shoot the ice cubes in your veins and fucking let's go on with life.
Do you get the flu shot?
I do not. I have.
Do I?
I had it this year, but I usually do every year. I haven't gotten mine yet this year. But I do every year.
It's like I don't get the flu shot every year, but I think we're pretty good that the only disease that's ever been eradicated was polio. Like, come on, people, can we get moving with this shit? Like, polio's the last fucking real shit.
They can do. If there weren't anti-vaxxers, they could get rid of measles.
That's what I'm saying, measles. And I was just listening to a lady today. She said measles are still killing kids today. Like, if they get them, they don't get. It's not common, but if they get them, they die.
So they can. It can kill them.
You're not gonna vaccine. You vaccine Gianna. Jesus, all the way up, right?
Yeah, she's vaccinated. She just doesn't get the flu shot.
So you're not an anti-vaxxer. I don't get the flu shot either because I got it one time and it made me get the flu for real. And then the next time I took it and then I got the flu later. Like, it didn't work. So flus change every year, blah, blah, blah. But for the other, like the big shit, like tuberculosis and shit, like, come on, man. You got to get that shit done. We can't bring that old school shit back.
Chicken pox,
we got this new shit to worry about.
I just feel like it's new, and I'm not gonna get it until it's been out for a while.
Yeah. Well, you will though. That's what he's saying. First of all, we ain't gonna see it for a long time. But
we're gonna see it for a minimum.
You don't need it. You don't need it. You got Trump blood. You got Trump blood.
You're so
I want to get it so I can just go out there amongst the deniers.
Do you believe that you can't? Do you believe that you can't get COVID again? You can get the flu.
I don't believe that because it's been done. No, they already had cases of people getting it twice.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody's like, you had it, you're safe. I'm not safe. Who knows if I'm not going to get it again?
I think it's still I think it's a little early to tell on that. Again, and because it's new, they're still studying this stuff. And again, I think, keep saying this, but this is what I read, and I read a lot of stuff on it, but that the likelihood of recontracting within 6 months is exceptionally small.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know that there's enough. Well, I'm not sure that there's enough cases where they can actually say.
Dr. Fauci was on the show, and he told me that 1 or 2 people in the whole country, they have evidence of them catching it twice, months apart.
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci said we're on mask until 2022.
Who? Cuomo?
Dr. Fauci.
Oh,
Ouchie.
how do you? Let me ask you this, Christy, because you're a New Yorker, and every other New Yorker I talk, do you hate Cuomo?
No, I actually
You don't.
don't.
That's what I'm saying. Most people hate him in New York, and everybody hates our
Why?
governor
But
here.
why do you why does everybody hate the governor? Because they're trying to put you on lockdown. We don't want to follow the
Yeah,
rules. We're going to have the numbers keep going up. Therefore,
like
you're going
you
to hate the
did,
governor
Missy.
because they're going to close
You had to go
everything.
out. You had to go out. Now
Listen, I
look,
was safer going out. I should have went out and started
and
lifting tables.
if it timed it out a little bit different, you would have been at Thanksgiving and given it to every single person there as you're coughing all over the place.
Well, if I was coughing, I wouldn't be at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you
So
shouldn't. Except if your mom
I
still tells you to come.
she knows
Hey,
I'm
listen,
coming.
I had to tell my mother this week that we weren't going. They're
Oh,
they're
so
doing it,
everybody.
you know.
Oh, so everybody's going and you're not.
Yeah,
Listen,
It
and
wasn't
she's like,
canceled.
this is probably going to be your father's last Thanksgiving. I'm like, well,
I'm
I'll
in the same
I'll
boat as
FaceTime
you.
him. Yeah, but
If
I mean, this is my
Wow.
mother's favorite holiday too, and I mean, she'd already said like a few weeks back, I don't
What
think
if
your
you
father's going
come
to
on,
live through
dude?
next
What if you
Christmas.
just go full respirator and
Nope,
go?
no, fuck that. I don't. Well, here's the thing, and I told my mom this. I don't trust my family.
Oh, shout out to Mark DJ, Mark J. Are you back from Mexico? I had a couple questions for you. I saw on your podcast. What up, Marcus Jones? Go ahead.
I just saying I don't trust my family. My sister had a little
Come
party.
on, man.
No, I don't. I don't.
They watch
They're,
I
this.
feel
They're
I
all
feel
my
the same
friends, bro.
way.
How
I
about they're
don't.
all my friends? All your parents that you talking shit about, and all your people you talking shit about are my Facebook friends, and they're seeing this shit.
That's
Oh
okay.
wow.
I'll
Hey
tell them
All I'm
too.
saying.
guys.
I'll tell them too.
That's
I
all I'm
won't name
saying.
any names. Let me not name any names. But there are. Well, my family, G. There's a
I
lot of
can't
people
take
in
the
it,
shit.
and they ain't
I'm
like.
tagging both. I'm tagging everybody in both y'all's families right now. I'm
You
just
do
kidding.
it. You do it.
Tell
No,
them I
but
said hey.
it's just a lot of people.
So you're
So
not going, and Christy, you have a good reason. You'd be
I
going if
wasn't
you didn't get
going.
sick.
Listen, Thomas. I told my mother last week I wasn't hosting and she had to take it back. I would cook something and bring it over, make a plate, and leave. That was before I even got
What
sick.
does something taste like?
Nothing. All
Something.
right now,
I'm gonna cook something.
something.
I'm gonna cook something. I can't taste it, so fuck you guys. Too much pepper. How you gonna cook anyway? You can't.
I'm not. Well, obviously I'm not now because I have COVID. But I'm just saying.
What about G?
Prior, I mean, if she wants to go, she can go. She's an adult. She makes her own. No, she can't go. She's on quarantine.
Yeah,
What am I talking
exactly. She's
about?
close contact.
Right, she's in my household, so therefore she's on quarantine.
Yo, DJ Mark J says, "What up, Christy and Scott?" DJ
Oh
Mark
hey,
J, that's my sister, Christy. Don't holler at her. She got COVID. We
shut
call
the
her
fuck
COVID
up.
Christy. She's like my twin.
Yo,
We went
I
through high
swear to
school.
God, you better never get COVID because I'm about to clown your ass if you do.
I think I had it way back in like December. I think I was
That's what I
patient
thought
zero.
too.
My friend Jason Ramsey was patient 0. I was patient 2 or 1, something like that. But so you are not going, and G is not going.
No, gee, we can't leave our house. We're on house arrest.
So are you making a turkey?
We don't eat turkey.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, Italians, fucking Italians. They fucking have
having
lasagna and
peppers
fucking
and
beef
sausage.
ziti and shit.
No, I mean,
Peppers and sausages.
let's turn this up. I eat turkey if it's juicy. I don't eat turkey if it's dry.
You like
That's
your
number one.
turkey like I like my booty. You know what I'm saying?
Gianna doesn't eat turkey; she only eats ham. So there's no point in
Yeah,
making a turkey.
but you gonna make a ham though. That's just so good. A
I
couple
can't
days later.
unless someone's gonna drop it off so I can cook me and Gianna something. Nope.
Oh
We can't leave
yeah,
the
you
house.
guys. Oh shit, it's a ramen noodle kind of motherfucking Thanksgiving, huh? You should have thought about this before you went out
That's all
partying
right.
and got COVID.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Did you at least get to shake your ass? Was it a bar?
I did not. We
Where
went
do you
out to a
hold on,
birthday
hold on.
dinner.
So how's the contact tracing work? Did you have to give a list of people that you were in contact with?
The health
To
department
somebody?
hasn't called me yet. New York State's behind.
Oh, so they will do it. And then you
I have
where
to,
do so
yes, I have to tell
where do
them.
you think you got it from?
I don't know.
You said Saturday, right? They say when the
My
COVID swims
first,
through your nose and gets in your body, it's about 24 hours before you should get any symptom.
okay,
So let's say Friday night before that.
Friday night before, I was in my bed and sleeping by 9 o'clock. I did not leave the house from Tuesday. I went to a funeral on Tuesday.
There it is. There it
Oh.
is.
I got sick Saturday night. I didn't leave I went to a funeral Tuesday. Me and Gianna went and got dinner. I was home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday afternoon, I stopped to my friend Michelle's house. Saturday night, we did the birthday dinner. Saturday night is when I started getting sick. Like around 9:30, I
So it
started
was either
not
the
feeling
funeral,
good.
it was either the funeral or Michelle's house.
Or the
Well,
dinner.
no one.
Did you eat out?
Or dinner. Where did you eat
Yeah,
at?
Albany Pump Station.
Oh, a fucking bar. Smooth move.
So,
Smooth move.
wasn't my choice. It was your sibling's birthday dinner. Wasn't my
Oh,
choice.
my siblings.
Thomas.
I thought you were
Richard
talking about
and
Gianna.
Nicole. No, Richard and Nicole.
Hey, shout out to Richard and Nicole. Happy birthday.
You're mad late. You ain't shit.
November. I know the dates though. November 12th and November 16th, I think.
No, November 15th. And the 16th is your anniversary. Come
Oh
on,
yeah.
let's get this
Fuck,
together.
I knew that. That's how I know that. I'm so stupid. 15th and 12th, right?
Yeah.
And yours is March 13th. You didn't think I knew that shit.
Well,
Nicole's.
I'm your favorite sister. That's why you know my birthday.
Yeah, you probably are my favorite sister. I think you're my only real, like, full, right? Oh, you're not even full. She got a different mama. She got her mama's booty. Even though the Godory booty already has a good booty, she got that fucking Badaluco booty. It's a wrap.
You're right, man.
I'm bringing up your Facebook, and y'all tell me if it ain't. Hold on. I'm going to get that good picture the other day. Yeah, whenever you're on the show, we always pull up your Facebook. I forgot to tell you that part.
Why?
So we can find some embarrassing pictures and show the world.
Oh, God. Plenty of them out there on there, I'm sure.
Embarrassing pictures of you?
No, of you. We go through your Facebook page. We look at your boyfriend. Oh, so how about the dude that you've been messing with? Has he been tested?
I don't know who you're referring to.
Weird that I'm trying to find a good picture of my own sister's ass. Weird.
I haven't seen this person in like 2 weeks, so
all right, I'm just gonna I'll pop some pictures up. The way this goes is I pop a picture up. You tell me, you try to guess the year, and you tell me where you were at and who's in the picture. You got it? Super easy. So let's go. We'll start with this one. Hold on, I gotta share the screen real quick.
The year and what?
The year and who is in the picture. Ready? Go. You don't know who it is? Do you not know who it is? Let me see if I can make it bigger.
I don't see anything.
Oh, it's not on the screen?
Do you
Scott,
see anything?
I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's on the screen. Oh.
That's like somebody in a prom dress with some flowers.
It's you and Stormy. That's my other sister. Yes, I have a sister that like just finished high school.
Now recently. I see it.
Okay, there you go. All right, you ready for the next one? I'll hide it just in case it's not good.
Listen, you better watch what you're pulling up, honey.
I'm trying to tell you. Hold on a second. Oh, that's who you got COVID from. This looks like a COVID girl right here. This is who gave you COVID, okay? I'm telling you right now. That girl right there. Michelle Isabella.
She did not give me COVID, but I was at her house.
Exactly. You went to her house. That's either the place you ate at, this girl's house.
I was at Michelle's house Saturday. Yes, I was.
Or Gianna's a carrier and she gave it to you. Has she been tested?
No, she don't have any symptoms. That's why I stay away from her.
Yeah, but why would she still not get tested if you're her mom?
Because because the health department told us not to have her tested yet.
Oh
they told me to wait until next week.
Because I haven't even called you yet.
So listen, I'm going to tell you, there's a level 1 health department. There's level 2 for COVID. This is New York State. You guys are in Virginia, right? So
both of us.
Gianna left yesterday to go to urgent care to get tested. They asked her if she was in contact. She said, yeah, my mom just tested positive. They said, we're not going to test you here. Call this health department. So this is a level 1. I called the level 1 yesterday for Gianna to find out what to do. They said, don't get tested unless, one, you have symptoms, or wait until next week, because it'll probably be a false negative if she did get. And then they told me I had to talk to a level 2 specialist and they would contact me, and I still haven't heard from them. So that's what I mean when I say I haven't heard from the health department, because I'm waiting for a level 2.
And then they're gonna. I'm assuming they're gonna ask you for names.
They're gonna ask me for names who I was with 48 hours prior to
be like, call this chick right here. I'm always with her. She looks like my twin sister. We're always together. She's COVID
somebody
too.
I'm not with all the time because she has 2 babies. So, well, today's Noah's birthday. He's 4 and a 1-year-old, and she works at the hospital. She ain't coming out of the house. She sees way too much.
Yeah. How is it in Schenectady?
What do you
mean?
The
hospitals over? Like, is the hospitals overcrowded and stuff?
I have no idea.
You have to pay attention to your surroundings.
You want to know why?
Scott would be like 118 new check-ins with COVID at Regional Memorial College.
You gotta ask Lauren.
We should tell her to come on.
At Lauren at your comments and ask her how many people are hospitalized. She'll tell you the numbers.
I'm gonna go right to her page. I'm her friend. She'll be like, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna give her the link too. We could sing happy birthday. We could sing happy birthday to her boy. All right. Paste. What the fuck? It's gone.
She's gonna be like, "What the hell is your brother sending me?"
Is this the one that's messing with Todd?
No.
Hold on, I gotta let my dog out before he pees on me.
See how he just blows people's business up on his live podcast?
I know it.
No secrets with him. He's like diarrhea of the mouth. He's like a little bitch.
He's just giving you a hard time because you're a sister. He's been pretty good.
No, I mean, it's all over fucking Facebook. I didn't know it was a goddamn secret. I just didn't know if that was the right girl or not. Yo, text her and tell her I just sent her the link. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Oh, she did it. Good. Yeah, let's talk about it. Anyways, did we get through all yours, sir? We did your concession. We did your vaccine. And we already know about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's shocking to me, actually.
What?
Like, not shocking. That I want you to go.
Me?
Why?
No, well, both of you, but not you. You're sick. He's healthy.
I was gonna say I'll get fined. I ain't leaving the house.
Well, why would I do that, G? It's socially irresponsible.
To spend Thanksgiving with your family. How many people are going? Everybody?
I doubt my brother will go.
Because you got a lot of fucking siblings and kids too.
That's what I'm saying. You've been to my parents' house, haven't you?
Dude.
You know, it's tight in there.
No, I haven't been to your parents' house, but I've been to the last party that one of people in your family have thrown, and it was a little crazy that they were trying to get me to drink out of the same shot glasses, though.
Wait, what's the family gathering limit in Virginia?
It's 10, I think. Now I think they just changed it to 10
as of midnight on last Sunday.
Yeah,
and all the
New York.
All the meatheads are sorry. Like, oh, my liberty, my freedom.
Yeah, TJ Bell in the house. What up, TJ Bell? You want to come on and answer the questions, TJ? I think I already know your answers. TJ Bell. Who else you know named TJ? Christy? Huh?
You.
Oh, we got a special guest in the building. I think Lauren is in the building. I don't see her yet. Like, she ain't got no camera on her phone. She must have a flip phone.
She doesn't have a flip phone.
Well, I see her name pop up, but it looks like she don't have a camera. Yo, TJ trying to come in too. What up?
He wants the link. It's right at the bottom.
Oh, there she is. Hold on. I got something coming on. It looks like a ghost. I gotta. Oh. There she is.
Is it there?
I gotta. There she is. Hey, where's the birthday boy at? We're trying to sing happy birthday. Is that the birthday?
That's not the birthday boy. No, that's the baby. Wait, Lauren, my brother has a serious question.
What?
He wants to know how many people are hospitalized in.
No. I got other questions first. My first question is, he's like, why did you give her COVID?
I didn't give her COVID.
She just told everybody on my podcast, all 4 viewers.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it wasn't her? Oh, Michelle. Sorry. You're not Michelle. Sorry. Hi, Lauren.
COVID?
Yeah, Michelle got her COVID, we think. We're trying to figure it out.
Oh, hi. Say hi.
Hi. What's your name? What's your name?
That's Gabriel.
I got a brother named Gabriel. I mean, a nephew named Gabriel. I can't keep my nephews and brothers apart.
Oh my goodness.
Ask her your questions, though.
Oh yeah. So all right.
You put COVID in an envelope and mailed it to Christy.
Possibly, but it was the wrong address. It was supposed to go to Nicole's house. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
you're an asshole.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite sister. So my question is, where do you work? Ellis Hospital?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our question is, are you in a COVID unit?
No.
Oh, do you know? Are you guys overrun in the COVID unit? Is it out of control?
Nope.
Nope. It's good to go.
Oh yeah, no, it's good to go. We don't even. It's not even. Well, I think I had a couple days off, but Wednesday. Okay, no, Wednesday it wasn't full, and there's only I think one person on a vent.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Christy acts like it's a freaking
Albany.
People running around in AIDS and shit out there. Oh, Albany's worse.
Yeah, your
Hi,
sister's
Noah.
30.
Hey, what's up, birthday boy? Happy birthday, homie.
Happy birthday.
Happy. Yeah, what'd you get for your birthday today?
What's on your arm? What do you got?
Don't go see Aunt Christy. She'll give you a present.
She actually has a big red. She actually has a big red X on her front door.
Does she? Do they make you do that?
No, I painted it.
Oh. See, she's a good friend. She's a good friend. What is your name, dude? Not him, the other one. What's the other one's name?
Noah.
Noah. What's up, Noah?
Wow, this is a lively podcast.
You know, we don't fuck around. I mean, we don't mess around. Language.
Ooh. Did you hear that, Noah? He swore. He said a bad word.
Ooh.
It was her. She looks
Christy's brother. Tell Christy's
twin brother.
What he says to you.
She said, she said bad words to me.
Oh, who said that? Christy did to you? She's awful.
What
Christy
did
did
she
that.
say?
Noah.
But what did she say to you?
She did it.
She did it, but what did she say?
She said, be quiet.
What else?
And said, stop.
She said you're a what? A pain in the what? What?
Pain in the what?
Pain in the butt.
Yeah,
no,
good.
but
See,
no.
they're trying to set you up. They're trying to set you up for failure, son. Don't say
All
it.
right.
Good job with the butt.
Usually he tells me he's going to kick my ass.
Ooh.
Right, Noah?
Hey, can we get one of those? Tell her, Noah. Tell her.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Say, I'm gonna kick your butt. Say it.
I'm going to kick your butt.
Yeah, that's my man right there. Bye bye.
Oh, we lost her.
We lost her. TJ Bell, what up, dog?
What's happening?
You ready to answer a question?
Yeah, I'm down. What's up?
All right, which one you want?
I don't even know what the question. What's my choices?
Man, read the freaking description before you jump on a podcast. Look, so it's concede or contest. Hashtag concede or contest. Is this election over? Number 2, are you taking the vaccine? Hashtag shoot me up or hashtag hell no. And is your Thanksgiving going to be hashtag limited or unlimited? And we got another kid in the house. What's up, girl?
Uh-huh.
Hi.
You kind of look like the last kid that was on the screen, actually. There he is. Hold on.
So, yeah, there
There he is. That's my man right there.
So I can answer all of them pretty quick.
All right, go ahead. Ready? Go.
The election's over.
All right. Hashtag
There's no
concede.
Pennsylvania got tossed out today, so it's
Oh.
done.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I
Yeah,
thought there was over 300,000 votes that they were waiting on to count for Trump.
it's no.
But they
No.
backed up a dump truck and they had all kinds of
Yeah,
shit.
no.
Damn.
All
right.
I told you the exact number like a
I
month
know
ago.
you did. You did. I think you went through. I think you went 307. We can go back and look at the podcast. But
Nah, it was 306.
Damn,
But
you won some money too.
yeah, your boy he paid up too. That's what's up.
So concede. That's you don't want to talk about. You don't think there's any flaw. There's no way that this whole board of electors thing gives Trump the presidency on December 14th. So I can tell my friends on TikTok and Twitter to shut the front door.
No, because there's no such thing as faithless electors
So it's
anymore.
not over. So it's not over. You guys keep saying it's over. It's not over.
No, what I'm saying is that it is over because the electors, there's no such thing as faithless electors anymore. There's actually there in 2016, I think, might have been 18. Legislation was passed where electors they can't go to the convention and go against their party for that state. They're not allowed to anymore.
But my friend Scott does research like you as well, and I think he told me that most of the states are like that, but not all.
What I said was,
doesn't he just need one of the ones or two that are in question?
Here's what I said, TJ, because I don't know all the specifics of it, but my understanding was that at least most of the states, some number of the states have those laws against faithless electors, but I wasn't sure if all of them do, because every state has different election laws. But I'm with you on it. I don't think that it's going to get overturned anyway. But
you say night night.
Night night.
Night. So is it every state, TJ? Is that a national thing now, or?
Yeah, that was actually a federal legislation that was passed.
Okay, well that's good. That's something else I didn't know.
And the way it works is whoever wins that state chooses their electors. So when we do the vote, we're not actually voting for the president. I mean, we are, but we're really not. We're voting
to tell the electors what to do.
Right, for that state's electors to go to the convention and nominate their candidate. I mean, it's the same thing, but
seems needlessly complex.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't be a faithless elector, then what point is having electors anyway, other than to even the playing field when the popular vote swings, even if when it swings millions in one direction, it makes it a more even playing field, which I don't think it should be. But
the Electoral College is an antiquated system anyway. It just is. It's
agreed.
It's ridiculous, but
I mean, it's archaic. I think it can be fixed. Joe Rogan had a dude on his podcast, and he has like a bunch of people trying to sign this petition, and it would have to be an amendment change to happen. But where you can split up that
there's
votes throughout the state.
There's a way around that, but it's actually pretty unlikely too. So there's a bunch of states, and I think it's like 19 of them now, that have passed their own individual laws that their electoral votes are going, once it reaches a certain threshold of other states who have joined this, then they are going to have their laws changed individually as states, but all together, so that their electors will vote for whoever is the winner of the popular vote. So once there's a critical mass of that, then you basically are getting around the necessity to have an amendment.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the popular vote makes more sense. I mean, when we're voting for dinner in my house, that's a bad example because I get more votes than the normal people.
Everybody has their own vote. It's like 6 different candidates.
Yeah, but you can't. But the problem with that would have been an easy fix years ago. But you can't let California and New York just decide an election. I don't think that would be healthy for anybody.
Florida, I mean, Florida's in it, but so why shouldn't we have? I'm not sure I understand why we shouldn't have majority rule. I mean,
Yeah, popular vote is the route to go. I mean, it doesn't matter if you say California, New York, and Florida are gonna decide, who votes. I mean, who wins. That just means that you need to push harder to
Yeah, but
change.
then I know, but then all the politicians are gonna focus only on those states and get things done for the. We all know how it works.
maybe,
No,
but
come on. There's no way that
We're the
all they do
only-
now with these swing states. That's why these swing states are so important. Why is Ohio so damn important? Because it's
Fuck
a swing
Ohio.
state. So they put everything in those 7 states anyway.
Because it has a
Now
lot
it
of
would just
electors.
now it would just be put into 2 states.
or
Yeah.
I mean, no, because you still got Texas, you still got Illinois, you have other states. Pennsylvania's still a populous state. Listen, we're the only democracy in the world that does it like this. It does not have
Yeah, but didn't we start this shit?
majority. Yeah, we're also the oldest democracy in the world.
Yeah.
we still fucked up.
But we're the only one that doesn't elect our leader by popular vote. I mean,
The two-party system by itself is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's
we
because
talked
we're
about
the
that.
oldest. I think it's because we're the oldest, and we still keep to those old ass standards.
Yeah.
And that's
So to
another
answer
thing.
the first question was it's over, but he's not gonna concede. It's not in his DNA to do that.
So he's not going to
now-
concede ever.
No.
Hmm.
No,
Wow.
I can't see him. I can't see it happening. Now Liz Cheney, approached him today and actually told him, "Look, this is over. Like this is done. You need
Yeah,
his support. His supporters are letting him know that
I think the national security's at risk.
It is.
most definitely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people right now. So the G20 that was done today,
I know.
He
You see what he did?
he went to the first part. He said,
He
"I'm
went
here,"
to the
and
he
then
went to
dipped.
the Zoom call, and then when it started COVID, he left.
Yeah,
It's like
he did.
skipping class after a roll is taken, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least stay for the most important part.
Yeah.
But it's not important to him. It doesn't have anything to do with him. That's just
Yeah,
it.
it's. So what was the second question? Was
The second question is vaccines. Shoot me up or hell no.
Nah, I mean, once it's out and tested and this and that, sure, then I will. I don't want to. I'm not gonna be the guinea pig. Now, granted,
That's the word Ozzy.
Sounds like a theme tonight.
yeah, but that also Pfizer and Moderna. I mean, they're not, Fast Eddie's transmission down the street. I mean, they're world renowned. They're not gonna risk their reputation to hurry something through.
It's already been tested and it's got good.
Yeah.
We talked about it. I don't like the temperature thing where you got to make sure it's below 0 or some shit.
That's
but-
the other problem. It's got to be stored
But
at
Scott
like
had a good
94
point.
degrees.
We're not going to be the guinea pigs. You're not going to be able to be a guinea pig because they're going to send it to the
Frontline workers
and
the
then the
vulnerable.
high risk. So by
Yeah.
the time we'll hear a lot about it. So that's what we were saying. It's not like it comes out like he said. If he announced it on November 2nd, right before the election, and Trump said I got the vaccine, I'm not taking that one.
Yeah,
I'm not taking that one.
yeah. I don't want the cocktail that he got.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Or do you? I didn't know
Actually,
what it was.
I disagree with you there. They gave it to Ben Carson too, and he has credited it with saving his life.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's
Yeah,
nice.
and we
I mean,
just
I don't-
had
you know.
we just had my sister on that has COVID, and they didn't even give her nothing. They sent her home and said take a Tylenol. That's my point. It's like, what the fuck is this thing about, man? It just
Yeah,
affects people way differently. You don't know until
Yeah.
it's in you.
yeah. And our Thanksgiving, I remember that was the last one. Yeah, no, it's just going to be my household because we've been on quarantine all this week.
Why?
So
Oh,
this past Saturday, the daycare called and said, "Hey, your daughter was in direct contact with somebody that tested positive." So
Lord.
we've been at home all week, and it's my grandmother just got home like Tuesday from having COVID in the hospital.
Dang.
It's not worth it. We're just gonna do our thing at the house. Just
So this shit is real.
Mhm.
I'm just fucking with you. Fucking with my friends. I'm fucking with my friends out there that be trying to tell me otherwise. And I'm still mad at all my friends and family. If you're watching this, I know it's all about the replay. So if you see this, I got a shout out to some people in my family, some people on my wife's side of the family, and some of my closest friends told me that I don't have to worry after November 4th. It's all going to go away. So I just want to give them a shout out right now that y'all lied to me. You got me hyped up. I was ready to beat this thing. November 5th, I woke up and there was the most cases in U.S. history.
The problem that people are going to run across, and it's really morbid, but it's a fact, is that I'm not going to down anybody. If you want to fly across the country and see your family, fine, do it. Whatever. Just
do it safely, though.
I'm responsible enough to keep my kids and my wife away from people that I know are doing that. I will protect my family. That's
we canceled. I was telling we canceled our trip to New York.
Yeah, that's my job, is to keep my house safe. But the people that think that it's a joke, they're gonna take a risk at seeing their family on Thanksgiving, and some of them are not going to be around for Christmas.
Yeah, or like my sister has it, or they get it, they feel like shit for. It's not just about dying. It's not just about dying either. It's about spreading it to other people.
That's the issue that I have is, and I've been fighting with somebody that you probably know, G. In fact, I know you know him, but I've been fighting with him on Facebook this week.
I'm gonna have to go look.
And that's the point for me isn't, hey, if you could go out there and get it and not spread it, and that you were the only one who was putting yourself in harm's way, that's fine. But you don't have the right to put everybody in harm's way.
Well, it's kind of, I don't know. It's like, if it depends how selfish you are, I guess. Because someone said to me, I pay. How many times did you hear this week? Ready? Check this one out. You see this house? I paid for this house. If I want people in my house for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have people in my house for Thanksgiving. That's cool. If I don't want to wear a mask, it's my body, right? It's your body when it comes to abortion. Well, it's my body. That's what I'm saying. You're thinking about yourself.
Right. And that's the problem.
In those two situations, you ain't thinking about other people. It's all about you. And that's the problem.
That's some entitled bullshit to me. And I think I have, I've said this before. I have a real problem with people who so narrowly define freedom as the ability to do whatever the hell it is you want and fuck everybody else.
You know, you really mess somebody up. You want to really mess them up? Just say it's the new normal, bro. They can't stand that shit. It's the new normal because we don't have new normals all the time. Like the new normal wasn't to change the wheel from wood to rubber. Like we go through this shit every single day. Single day.
The bomb I dropped in an argument against somebody who was like, this lockdown is bullshit, and it's taking away my freedoms. And I was like, well, you can complain and bitch about it all you want, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna have to. You're not gonna have a choice, and that's okay. I said you can cry and whine and not want to go to bed early because you're a child, and just let the adults in the room handle it.
The lockdown is never going to be effective until once it hits critical mass. And as bad as it sounds, I'm not in this position, so I'm lucky for that. But until I
think it's too late
start going around and closing places down, like pulling licenses. There's way too many, in my opinion. There's way too many people. Again, this is infringing on my freedoms. This is my house. There's way too much my and me.
That's what I'm saying.
All of these comments. Like this isn't about y'all.
It's like about everybody.
Yeah, when my grandmother came home earlier this week, my daughters FaceTimed with her, and like they ain't seen her since March. But that's for her. Ain't got nothing to do with us.
Right.
Yeah, the dude told me. He told me, he's like, well, if you open carry, I'm carrying. Why don't you carry? I could tell you should be carrying a gun to protect me. And I was like, whoa. I don't carry to protect you.
Yeah.
If I go into an Arby's and that place is being robbed and I'm in the booth with my family and he ain't fucking with me, I ain't pulling my gun out. No. He comes towards my booth to my family, then my gun comes out. I ain't carrying my shit to protect you. I do it to protect me, right?
The problem is people are coming up.
You ain't
with
going
the
out there
most-
like a hero. Like, how many people am I gonna
No.
save today with a gun? Like, no.
Everybody's coming up with the most off the wall arguments on how to try to get their point across to make it seem like it's
That's
legitimate,
condoms,
and it's stupid.
seatbelt.
What it is they again, and this is what I told the guy I was arguing with. I said, all of this is just justifications for you doing exactly what you want to do. It has nothing to do with real freedom, and it damn sure doesn't have to do with any sort of society or community.
Technically, that's literally freedom. He's doing what he wants.
I don't know if that's. Listen, we can debate what a good definition of freedom is.
That's my point. It's like the government tells me I have to buckle up. The government makes me register my vehicle. The government takes taxes for every single thing that I buy, including my vehicle and my property. It's like this. Now this is it. This is what. We're a number. We're a number, bro. You have a social security number assigned to you by the United States government, and you talking about I don't want them to control me. Like, what?
It's like, okay, well, you don't think we should have laws that protect the masses because it infringes on your freedom. We got DUI laws. I mean, shouldn't you be able to drive around drunk? That's not,
it's your body,
right? It's your body.
It's your body.
I posted a thing on Facebook jokingly this week. I don't know if you saw it, G, about that. That drunk drivers kill way less than the flu every year. Why? And you're not likely to die if you get into an accident with a drunk driver. You're just about as likely to die as you are to die from COVID. But still, we got drunk driving laws because we're a nation of laws, and it isn't about what you individually.
But you ain't gonna infringe on my freedoms. I'm going to drink and drive tonight.
People don't understand the social contract is what it is. That's not even just laws.
I think the majority of the people that I run across that offer up the biggest fight for not wearing masks, they don't even have an argument behind it. It
doesn't work. People say that
they just want to buck the system. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't like wearing it, but I do. I mean, it is what it is. And this whole, it takes away from my freedoms. I guess technically, if you want to go word for word for word, sure. But I don't want to say times change, but I mean, this is a health crisis.
Yeah, but your freedom to put on a mask, we're talking about to put on a mask.
Yeah.
I have to drive with my driver's license on me, or I get fined and I could get a ticket. Like, I can't drive without my driver's license.
Frankly, you mentioned seatbelt laws before. Honestly, I don't really give a shit about those so much. I mean, that's mostly going to damage.
Mostly you're going to kill yourself with
the analogy that I use is I don't give a fuck about a helmet law. You want to ride your motorcycle without a helmet? By all means. I used to ride motorcycles. I would never have worn one without a helmet. I've been in accidents. I would never. But if you want to do it, fine. What do I give a shit? You're not going to cause any more damage to anybody other than yourself.
Right.
Do that. But when you're talking about causing problems for other people or spreading a dangerous disease,
and they're like, well, you don't make this big deal about cancer. I'm not walking into 7-Eleven, someone sneezes, and all of a sudden I got fucking cancer. Like, like, I can't believe that argument. High blood pressure. Well, what about all the people that die from the number one killer is heart disease? Yeah, and they're feeding themselves bad food and not working out. Like, they're doing that.
I will agree with the people that say that the media is a huge issue.
Oh,
it's massive. Because a lot of the people that are arguing this anti-mask deal are the people that got like a D+ in civics, but all of a sudden they're scholars in constitutional law, and they were
Facebook doctors.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, and you can watch, like, I mean, I watch all of them just because I like to see the dynamic between them all.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I just like seeing.
Tell me you saw the Giuliani press conference.
Oh, when his hair dye was trying to get away.
But you can know that off of TikTok. I watched it.
Oh
this shit was hilarious.
Yeah, he was scrambling, and like the Sidney Powell.
I think he got COVID.
Yeah, well, his son
looked like
got
he had
COVID.
Yeah,
his son got it.
And then Donald Trump Jr. went on TV a week ago. It was like, this is nonsense. They're using this stuff. You got COVID, bitch.
Yeah, it's it's just
White House
there's-
is infested.
Yeah,
I don't know if Joe Biden should go up in that bitch.
You
Nah,
got to send in the crew with the hazmat suits to clean it up.
But it is a huge
Hey, can we
security
agree?
risk issue with him not getting these briefings right now.
Sure, but how about this? How about he goes into the toilet where Trump goes to the bathroom and he ends up getting COVID at his old age, 78 today, I believe. Like, he's high risk. I don't know if he comes out of it.
Maybe not. I've thought about that too.
Maybe
but
mysteriously doesn't come out of it.
I know.
Who's the president now?
I heard a funny thing the other day that he was going to appoint Hillary as
oh no,
was it like Secretary of State or something, so that she could prosecute him?
No.
Oh, Attorney General, yeah.
That's the Attorney General, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. I don't want her in the cabinet.
Especially after he said you'd be in jail when he was running against her.
Well, it's not only that, but the reason he don't want to leave, I think, is he does have 3 serious cases in New York. But as soon as he's not president, everybody like, oh, the Mueller report was bullshit. The Mueller report was bullshit. Fake news. Look at this. Well, if you read it, it says if he wasn't president, he would have been arraigned.
He's got 3 in New York, but 36 total.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm not saying he's gonna go to jail. He's now more powerful than he ever was, so he won't go to jail.
I think what will be curious is whether or not he retains any of that power, and I don't think that's
is. Fox. They already know the Trump TV is a thing.
You think that he is?
Trump TV is a thing being worked on right now.
Well, first of all, let me say this.
I can name the lineup from 7 p.m. to 11.
Businessman. The likelihood is it will fail like everything else he's touched.
Come on, what about the Trump University, bro?
I'm telling you, I'm not staking a position other than to say that I think that the people who are saying he's going to be a force in the Republican Party for years to come, I think that they're speaking too early. Because here's the thing, for him to be a force in the Republican Party, the only power he wields is what they call kingmaker. Yeah. I give my blessing to this person to run. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else.
And he's been giving money. Actually, he gave a lot of blessings in 2018 and they didn't win.
So, yeah, but there's 75 million people voted for him blindly, though. Yeah. I mean,
well, no, I agree. I mean, it's just stupid, and he's got
a lot of people.
But people have short attention spans, and if he can't do anything but bluster, if he doesn't really have an opportunity to make any changes, I don't know how long they stay behind him.
And honestly, out of that 75 million, if none of them are wearing masks, half of them gonna be gone by the time 2024 comes.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. So besides Joe Biden, Donald Trump has had the most people vote for him in U.S. history, bro. Yeah. That's a lot of people. We could joke around and say we want to. I heard another one. I don't know how true this is, but they said that, I don't know how they get this information, but about 27 to 30% of Trump supporters that could not vote for random reasons would have mail-in balloted, but he told them not to. Like, literally, he could have won it even with the mail-in, and he told them not to.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was his thing. Was we're not going to let people vote by mail. It's not safe. It's not secure. And then, like, when all of a sudden, and mail-in votes get counted last. Like, Pennsylvania wasn't even allowed legally to start counting them until the day after the election. Yeah. It's like, what did you think was going to happen?
I know, but they were. I mean, I went to bed, bro, and I was like, well, I told Frankie, she'll remember it. She said, what's going on? I said, just get ready for 4 more years. It was about 12:35, and I woke up the next day, and the whole fucking map changed. Mm-hmm. Like, how fast can they count that shit? Is what, even for me coming, it's like, Jesus Christ, that looks fishy, bro.
Well, the machines that they're using in Georgia for the recount are the ones that were in most of the metropolitan cities, and they can do, I think they said it was 5 million. Each machine can do like 1 million ballots a day. It's something crazy. Like, it'll do 5 every.
Well, yeah, they completed the recount, the hand recount And I was like, damn, I really thought that was going to take longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But-
they're really Rudy Giuliani told me that that's not a real recount because they just recounted the other bad ballots, like the ones that didn't have signatures and stuff, and they weren't even filled out down ballot or nothing.
My,
And he's got 22 affidavits of employees that were there and saw this stuff go on.
You got to go back and read the actual court transcripts with Giuliani. It's
He told me
hilarious.
he told me I did no dude I did see a YouTube video and they had audio and they were saying who is who, and he was in the courthouse I think in Michigan, and the Supreme Court was like, the guy was like, oh, are you saying it's fraud? And he was like, no, I'm not. And then he went into this long speech and he's like fraudulent. So the justice was like, hold on a second. So are you claiming fraud or not? It's a hilarious like, I can't believe they're letting him in that bitch. Is it because there's nobody left? Nobody wants to take that case, so he went with Rudy?
Yeah.
I know they're boys. Him and Trump are
partly,
boys.
well, Trump's an idiot. So
Yeah. Well, there was
he thinks the Giuliani. He's a good lawyer.
He
One
did
of the-
a
one of-
he did a
one of the
horrible
judges-
impression of Joe Pesci in freaking that.
my cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
Yes.
There was one of the judges he was talking to, and
How many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers?
when you're trying a court case, there's like 4 different modes of approach. It's like statistical, constitutional. There's the different modes that you're going to be making your argument with, and you have to explain which one you're going to use. And the judge was like, so what mode of prosecution do you want to use? And he was like, the normal one?
Yeah. No, what was it? No, it was something about the
Yeah.
oh shit, I can't remember the phrase that they used.
It
I know
was
you're
so
talking about the
good.
normal
But
one.
the
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
the movie, see what I'm saying? The coverage is so good, bro. So I watched it live. I was working, but I had it on YouTube live on my headphones, and I listened to the whole thing live. I was working, so I missed a couple things, and then I watched YouTube clips of it, blah blah blah. And then I saw all the brown stuff coming down all over every social media. But when I was watching it, I said, God damn, that's why I'm having this podcast. I'm like, this shit is not over. Like, he convinced me because they had affidavits and they were up on stage talking about it. And then I come home, throw on the old fucking CNN, and they're just literally making fun of the guy. Like, this is a joke. I can't believe he's ruining his legacy. So polar opposite. Fox News has the lawyers on, and I'm convinced again.
Yeah,
Like-
well, and the other thing that's really getting people is like, and again, it sounds really bad. I don't want to make fun of people's understanding of how things work or intelligence in general.
gotta go ahead. You're gonna.
But this whole, the Navy SEALs went into a German company and seized all their servers, and we've got all.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Is that part true? That
No.
the owners of the counting machines are Venezuelan counting machines? That's
No.
so fake. He went on TV and said that
Yeah,
He said
at a
that-
press conference.
that the software was by a Venezuelan company. Well, the software that he was talking about isn't even used on those machines, and the company is based in Florida. But they're not even used. That's not even the same software.
And even if they did go to some German company and storm their offices and take
that doesn't
their
work that
server,
way.
nobody keeps. I mean, I deal with servers all day. Like
Yeah.
that, servers are. This is not
Like they bleach them and
1998.
they bleach them and shit.
No, it's everything. If you wanted to get information off of a server, you would go onto the cloud. You would get the information. You're not
Nobody's
going
going to get the actual main server anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
Even if you do, all you're doing is you're grabbing a piece of hardware that has an operating system on it. That's just not how servers work. But they make this huge display and be like, "Oh well, overnight the secret, service along with the CIA."
You guys are
went in-
pulling me back towards the other side.
It's
Dude, it's some real tinfoil hat shit out there.
it's
Most of it being perpetrated by
insane.
the administration.
Yeah, but this is the lawyer that's representing the president of the United States. This ain't some fucking Mechanicsville fucking court case thing.
But
Like,
it's
come on, man.
Giuliani.
I know, but you can't go up there and be like the Venezuelan machine.
I know you're playing devil's advocate here, man. I know you got to be.
I am, but I'm not, because
Now-
if what
now,
any
Sidney
of it
Powell-
that say that's true, then it's, we can't just dismiss it because we don't believe
It's
it.
not though. It's easily and quickly debunked. I mean, they just thrown
I'm just
anything
scared.
against the
I'm
wall.
scared because if there is some kind of mass, if they stole this election, we're done.
But that's just it. Nobody's
Throw the
really.
flag away, bro. We don't even have a democracy anymore if that does that.
And
You know
if Trump steals the election from them, we don't have a democracy anymore either.
Exactly.
But the thing is,
So either way.
the problem with conspiracy theories is that something on that scale needs so many people involved that there's no way to keep it secret. It wouldn't happen. You could not get that many people involved with something on that scale and
I
leaks.
agree with that. Like
Now,
all the governors and all the senators are all in
It's
on.
ridiculous.
I understand that.
Now, I will give his team props though, because they make very convincing conspiracy theories. Like there's been a few that I've had to look at. Like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Like the whole reassigning the Supreme Court justices to certain states. Like at first, I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's not good. And then it dawned on me. I was like, wait, it doesn't even matter. This will never go to the Supreme Court. It's not going to happen.
Somebody hit me up today and was like, "Oh, you don't think Trump's a genius, huh? Look at the last judges he put in place and where they're from.
Matter. Don't matter at all.
Michigan, Ohio,
yeah,
and
it doesn't matter at all.
But that's what I was saying. I was like, but their federal Supreme Court, they're not going to go hear a state case in Michigan just because they're from Michigan.
No,
they've got to have every time you appeal to a higher court, you've got to have a reason to show that something was wrong with the judgment in the lower court.
Evidence.
If you can't produce any credible evidence in a lower court, they're not even going to hear it in the higher court.
22 sworn affidavits aren't enough.
Fuck no.
If you had one sworn affidavit against me in court, one would be enough.
Yeah, but I mean, It's an affidavit. Affidavits aren't evidence,
Yeah,
that's true. Literally somebody just writing their name down on a piece of paper.
Well, it's a witness saying I
saw. But what did they see? That's the thing. Is that
they
what
saw that they saw a dude?
You're swearing to see anything, but it doesn't tell you what is being sworn.
I want to tell you my favorite one.
All right.
So how about I'm gonna just ask you about this. How about the post office employee that was caught at the Canadian border with a lot, like 500 pieces of mail, and first of all, I'll tell you what I heard, and then I'll tell you what really happened. I was working on this customer, and she was like, it was like election the day after. I was like, we got a president yet? And she's like, oh, you didn't hear? They caught some post office worker with his personal vehicle, a Honda Civic. She even knew what kind of fucking car it was. Got caught at the Canadian border with 50,000 Trump votes in the trunk, trying to get into Canada. She's like, what is this country coming to? Well, I'm not a criminal, but I could say I did criminal things when I was a kid, and I have a criminal mind. So before I even think about anything, first of all, is he trying to go into Canada with the votes for a reason? If he was trying to get rid of them, wouldn't he just fucking set them on fire in the backyard or use bleach? Like, why take them in? Why get a chance of going into another country with freaking ballots? So I'm making fun of this lady for 10 straight days. I'm talking to my friends. I'm like, yeah, this crazy girl. She thinks that. So I'm going across that shit on the news, and it was true. Not all of it was true. They caught a guy trying to get across the border. He lived close to the border, so he was going to Canada for something, who knows. And he was a postal carrier, and he had a bunch of mail in the back of his personal vehicle.
Yeah.
It was 54 pieces, and 4 of them were mail-in ballots randomly. Right? Basically, you know what it came down to? I was like, well, he's going to do some fucking charges. He's bringing federal mail across fucking country lines, blah, 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 blah. And he probably could, just to teach him a lesson. You know what it was? He's fucking lazy. He's a mail carrier, and he doesn't deliver all the junk mail. It was all junk mail.
Yeah.
So it just makes his bag lighter, and he doesn't have to deliver that much mail. He's lazy, but now he's probably catching federal charges.
Yeah. Well, no, the other problem
But
is that
she says it's 50,000 ballots in his
Oh.
personal vehicle.
there's also a big difference between voter fraud and election fraud. Like
Yeah, that's what he was telling me.
those are two totally different. I can vote twice for somebody. That's voter fraud.
See, Scott told me earlier you can't vote twice.
No,
My argument on mail-in voting
there's
was
a place for that.
I can mail in vote, and then before it gets to the thing, I can go vote in public. He's saying when they get my mail-in vote, we're trusting humans here. When they get my mail-in vote, they're like, oh no, Thomas already voted on this shit. I can't take this.
Well, you don't
I
have
think
to.
some people could have voted twice. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying nobody could have voted twice, but what I'm saying is they've already got you in the system as having voted. If they get another ballot and they run it through, it's going to get rejected. That's
Right.
a computer thing. That's not even human error because they're just going to run it through the machine and it's going to kick it out and say already voted.
When I mean vote twice, I don't mean vote twice as me. Like you can I think it was my mother-in-law.
Oh, don't get nobody in trouble. Don't get nobody in trouble. We got one viewer.
I couldn't remember which family member it was, but it was like my mother-in-law, I think. She got her ballot, and then she got one for like her dad who had passed away or something like that.
So she could have just signed his name and put it in the envelope.
Yeah, you can just
but that's not massive. That's my
But even that, I was reading a thing about that. They run that shit against Social Security rolls, so they know who's dead and when. And if if a ballot comes in, even if somebody dies, if they mail in their own ballot, say 2 weeks in advance, and they die, the next day, that shit will get rejected. You cannot vote dead, even if you send it in early. So it's not,
So if I send it, I send it in the mail. 2 days later, I pass away. But they already took it. My vote counted. They didn't know I was dead yet.
No, it's not going to count. It doesn't count until election day. You got to be alive on election day. And that's what I'm saying. They've got a couple of safeguards in place. It doesn't mean that the system is perfect. But here's where you get into the law of large numbers. If you're talking about, if you had 10 potential votes and there was an error, that's a big error. When you've got 150 million votes, you could have 100,000 small errors all over the country, and it's not even going to come close to affecting the count because you're talking about, again, the law of large numbers. So that accuracy increases.
Yeah, but it comes back to the system. Me and him sat here on election night. You can watch the podcast. I think it's called Let's Talk About It, episode 1. TJ was on. We are going live with the counting and all that. And I said to him then, I said, whoever wins, I want it to be a landslide so there's no bullshit. Well, this dude lost the electoral college 306 to what? 232? 232, something like that. Mm-hmm. That's in Trump's words himself on November 4th, 2016. That's a landslide, right? And then the popular vote was a landslide, and it's not. Because they still had to recount in 3. That's my point. The whole system is so fucking crazy because they still had to recount in a couple states to make sure.
Well, all right. So here's the thing.
Is that a landslide?
Did they have to? No. Did they have to recount? No, they didn't.
I thought Georgia had to, regardless what Trump.
Yeah.
Well, Georgia might have.
Wisconsin did too.
Wisconsin and Georgia.
I read this, a couple of weeks ago where they talked about each of the states has a different law. Sometimes the laws are the same, but every state can have its own different law about when a recount is triggered automatically.
Yeah, I think it's like 0.5 if it's less than.
In some of them, that's not.
It's not federal.
It's like a hard number. It's like 10,000 votes or something. I read there was a list of them, but the point is that some of the stuff it didn't have to be this way. Some of these automatic recounts gonna have to be, had to be triggered, but it didn't have to be this way. We just happen to have a president who's, narcissistic, malignant narcissist who cannot psychologically accept the possibility that he could actually lose anything. So,
and the other big thing, the one thing that I really, really think is happening, I think he knows that he's lost. He will and he's may or may not have come to terms with it. He'll never concede, but he has to keep the momentum going for Georgia for those 2 Senate races.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah,
to.
there's a lot of reasons for him to keep doing this. None of them are really because there's a good shot at him overturning anything, but that is a good reason for it. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
There's some
again,
insiders.
that's the people around him telling him to keep doing it for that reason.
Right.
Because really, if he loses, I mean, if he's actually out of office, what does he give a fuck? He honestly doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck who's running the Senate. He doesn't give a fuck who's running the country. If it's not him, everything is about him. Every single thing centers around Donald Trump. And if it's not helping him in some way, then it is of no use to him whatsoever.
If he was smart,
that's who he is.
If he was smart, he would step down
wait a minute.
before Inauguration Day and let Pence pardon him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a possibility. I think it's slim because I don't think his ego will let him do that.
No.
I think if it came down to it depends how much trouble he thinks he really is.
But he can't be pardoned for the shit in New York anyway. That's state charges.
Yeah, it's only federal
It's
charges.
only federal stuff. So I think I mentioned that as a possibility. I think the most likely thing is that sometime between now and Christmas, once things really, really are like, yeah, there's no going back. All the electors have made their decisions. I think that he hauls ass to Mar-a-Lago and he doesn't come back at all.
December 4th is the deadline for the states to
certify
is that all of them?
No, certification's on the 4th, and then the 14th is the elector thing.
Is it? See,
I didn't know if the certification was federal or if that was state by state as well.
I think it has to be for the
Well, I think it's state by state, and then the whole thing. I think but I don't know for sure. I just know that sometime early to mid-December, it's going to be completely firm and final, and that's when I think Trump just packs his shit and he just abdicates. Basically, he's not going to resign, but what the hell is he going to do in Washington? You know?
Yeah, I mean, at that point,
he'll be in Mar-a-Lago the rest of the time. I think it's a possibility anyway. Who knows?
I think we're not. I think we're gonna see a network. I think we're gonna see him every day, and I think him and his fucking son are running 2024, and they're not gonna stop. He loves it.
I'm not.
I don't think he will.
Well,
I don't think he will.
All right. Well, there. I think you might be right there too, TJ, because I think there's a. I mean, the reality is he doesn't like the job.
No, he doesn't want to win. I mean, he didn't think he was going to win the first time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he won by accident. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was not a Hillary fan.
Oh shit!
At all.
I'm the president now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that he. I don't know. It's a fine line between like fake it till you make it. Like, I mean, he still ran a campaign, and he obviously got 75 million people to vote for him. That wasn't an accident.
Right.
So, I mean, but I don't think he has any desire to do this job. If he was in for another 4 years, I mean, justified or not, look at what he went through this 4 years.
He's golfing. He went.
Yeah,
golfing.
and like I said, I also don't. Even though I think he's an absolute disaster as a president, I don't think he went into it with the intentions of doing a bad job. He just is not good at that job.
Capable. He's just not capable.
I think he does a bad job at life.
Yeah, well, I say
that, but see, I sound like a hater because the dude is a fucking billionaire, so I sound like a hater. But
but that's not. Is he a billionaire? First of all, we don't know that for sure. And second of all, Second of all, if he had taken all of the money that he inherited from his father and just put it in an index fund, he'd be way richer right now than all of his stupid business deals.
I thought his dad only gave him $1 million.
No, it ended up being like $400 million. $400 million.
Yeah, it was a lot.
A small $1 million loan. It's all bullshit. That's a bullshit story. But yeah, I mean, he would be way richer if he had just invested it in a passive stock market index fund than he actually is right now. And he owes somewhere in the vicinity of $400 million.
Is it somebody?
700 million or something like that.
To somebody.
$400 million minimum, and they think it's more. So, and that's going to be due in like 2 years.
Yeah.
That's my point. If you're a billionaire, how do you have the big bill like that due?
Yeah. From what I heard, the Deutsche Bank actually owns the majority of all of his debt,
Yeah.
and they're getting really close to being like, "All right, man, we're done with this. We're
I know, but this is he's still worth more than he ever was right now.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I
I don't
do.
think I don't think
I mean,
so.
he is the most powerful man in the world for a little bit longer. And he was just a fucking. Are you kidding me? He was on a reality TV show. Now he's a fucking outgoing president. Of course, he's worth more than ever. I mean, he could just speak for 400,000.
Well, again, I'm curious to see how quickly his fan base disappears. And they may not.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but
I've seen a lot go already.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, again, they have short attention spans, and I think it's highly possible that a good number of them will find a reason.
You're saying his fans, not his supporters. I'm sure there's Trump supporters that
supporters too.
You're
They're
talking
always
about
fans.
yeah, but you're talking. Yeah, but there's a difference. You know, there's a difference. Someone that might have voted for Trump and kind of keeping it to themselves, or the fucking 17 flags and going to fucking.
If you listen, I don't think that there's any real way around it. If you voted for Trump the second time, then you are okay with a lot of ugly shit.
Yep.
It's a cult of personality.
So first time's cool because some people are just
it's not cool. It's just listen, we want to try something different. I don't think it was cool at all because I think if you were paying attention, you couldn't make an informed decision. But I'm willing to give a pass. If you voted for him the second time, then you're
condoning a lot of dirt.
It's like condemning a lot of shit, and you're able to look. You're able to put aside all this ugliness at the best.
Didn't George Bush say that or try to say that? Shame on, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But he said it backwards. Like, it's your
fool
fault.
Me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, won't fool me again, or something. He quoted the Who.
Well, and the thing, he's losing a lot of his base is going because. I mean, it's a chain of events. It's one.
No, I've seen a lot of people put YouTube and TikToks up and all kinds of stuff, and they're like, "All right, man, you lost. He's taking down a Trump flag, puts American flag up, and he's like, Joe Biden's my president. Like, it's over. Like,
see, the people that I'm seeing are Trump train 2020. Y'all just wait. We got a server from overseas. Oh, wait a minute, that was law. Yeah, well, as soon as we go to the Supreme Court, it's over. Oh, wait a minute, that's not going to happen? Y'all just look out. Giuliani's going to court. Oh, wait a minute, he's quoting my cousin Vinny. It's just a snowball.
So it's over. It's over.
Here's what I think will happen is there will I think is a possibility. Again, I don't know that this will certainly happen, but at some point his supporters will start to desert him, and there will be just some really small, something that is no bigger than any of the other shitty things he's done, and they're going to pretend that's the last straw or that's a bridge too far. He's done a thing that, and it won't be any worse than all the shit he's done for years.
And just like that, Democrats don't like investigations.
Who posted that?
That's the other thing that irritates the piss out of me too, is when people, I can't stand when people make videos or do talks and they're like, well, liberals say this, conservatives say that. It's like, you cannot just group.
Exactly. That's my problem. I got
it does not work that way.
Stop creating me.
Yeah.
Stop creating me, because we could take a quiz right now, and I bet you if I give my little quiz, you're gonna say I am on the right. But I'm not. I'm on the right for some things. I'm on the left for like. Why can't I be me?
Right. This person.
There's a couple of things that you can say. There's a couple of them that no matter what you do or what you say, if you say these two things, it's over. You're already on that other side. I had a conversation with my friend. He really liberal, in my opinion, of course, because I am deciding on the conversations that I had with him what he would lean towards, and he's definitely a liberal to me. His friends that he hangs out with get in arguments with him because they say he's right. because compared to them, he's right.
Must be
You know?
hyper progressive.
It's just crazy.
Well, I was telling you about the Facebook argument I was having, and the person said to me, "I'll guarantee that you still think that Trump colluded with Russians in the victory and blah blah blah." And I said, well, "You're wrong."
Yeah.
You see, this is where you've tried to paint a picture of me because I am very liberal and I have progressive views, but I don't think he colluded with Russia. Did he try to obstruct an investigation into it? Absolutely. But frankly, he and his administration and the people around him are far too inept to actually plan something and pull it off. I think it's highly coincidental that they had a lot of contacts with Russians, but was there some nefarious plan? They aren't capable of it. They don't have.
I think that Ukrainian phone call was a little bit worse than a good call.
That was that. Now that's different. That I think is fucked up, and I think that was illegal. I think he should have been impeached and thrown out of office for that. But that's not. That's separate from the Russian.
See how many things we got to go through.
Well, y'all just wait till they get Hunter's laptop finally opened up. Once they get the password off of that.
Yeah, once they go to that Batteries Plus and pick that one up.
Over.
Whatever happened to that? That thing disappeared pretty quick.
Well, his dad's about to be president. Of course, it disappeared. It's probably got bleach all over it.
Well, they said something. They said something today. Today, Biden went to a mass at his church, and they were like, "Look at him, telling people not to group together, and he's in church." And he even
well, they did get Gavin Newsom, and he had to apologize. That dude didn't he's going crazy in California and finding people and shit, and then he shows up with 16 people with no mask in an indoor place. Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, come on.
That's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, it's like you're hurting the cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Burks, she actually had a really good point on an interview yesterday when they asked her. They said, "How many people do you think you should have at your Thanksgiving dinner or whatever?" And she said, "I don't like putting number. I don't want to say have 8 people or have 10 people." She's like, "Deal with who you live with." She's like, "If the number is 10 and you have 10 people show up and 2 of them are from 5 different households, that's still just going to spread it around." I was like, that's actually pretty smart. But all these people, I mean, I personally know people that are just all out on Facebook. Like, look, I'm having 30 people, or what's the one? We're having a funeral for my turkey, and because you can have 30 people at a funeral.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it is kind of funny. It's fucked up, but it is kind of funny.
Yeah. They're like, you can have 30 people at a funeral, so we're all going to meet and have a funeral for my turkey. And I'm like, guys, this is not. I mean, what do you do? It is funny, but what's that?
Eric Trump, they would rather see my father fail than have America succeed. That's the ugliness of Washington, D.C.
Fuck out of here.
And a lot of my other shit was, the economy, through all this shit was decent. And then it's like, what economy? Are you looking at the stock market or the food bank lines?
The stock market is not the economy. It is
exactly.
I always say this. A wise man once told me this, and I hope it's neither one of you two, because that would suck. A wise man told me that the stock market is the current mood of the rich people in America. Like, it's just their mood swings. That's what it is.
I mean,
probably, yeah. I mean, that's not, most stocks are not owned by individuals, and certainly not the middle and lower classes. The vast majority are, owned by people with money. But the economy is a fucked up thing because, there are, from what I've been able to determine, and it's very weird, it's true that there are 2 economies out there. I'm in the very, very, very fortunate position of being in the economy that has not been affected. I mean, this is you're talking to me in my office. I don't leave my house. I don't have to leave my house.
Yeah, but that's I wouldn't call that the economy. I would call that your.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying,
there's people hungry as hell and don't have no food.
No, that's
look at the economy's at an all-time high.
I'm lucky enough to be in the economy that's not hurting, but there's a massive millions and millions, tens of millions of people who are hurting, and that sucks, And so if I were not self-aware, I could look around and say, well, I don't think there's a problem with the economy.
Right.
But I know that there's millions of people that are hurting. I'm just happen to be very, very lucky to not be one of them, and I expected to. But
Well, I got super lucky with that. I changed jobs. I got hired
Like
at
perfectly.
yeah, I got hired at my new job March 3rd, and March 13th is when they sent everybody home. But it's IT with Henrico County Schools, so
right, yeah.
I've been working at home since March. Now the job that I had before that, they're getting destroyed right now.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm very fortunate. I get to have my first grader. She's at home with me doing her virtual schooling. I get to work from home.
I
And
don't
it's
want to
just
talk about it.
not
It is
everybody is
affected-
getting that.
It has not affected our household. Like I said, I agree 100% with what you're saying, Scott, is that it has not affected my household.
It
But
did. It did half of mine. It affected me, but it did not affect my wife.
Yeah,
Thank
but I'm
goodness.
acutely aware that it is jacking up a lot of people.
Yeah.
Really
But
bad.
my
Exactly.
sugar mama got me through it. My sugar mama. If
Yeah.
I was by myself, I don't know.
So are you back on, pretty much like you were before?
Oh yeah,
you
until
your
they're about to shut this shit down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. I'm telling you, man, this stuff is gonna get real bad.
Yeah, but that's what we were talking about earlier. I think the quarantine, like to take care of this or to curve it like they're talking about, I think we missed that boat, bro. We should have did that shit from the beginning, like for real. Not no
at
bullshit.
this point, quarantining is not going to be a solution. It's only a mitigation. It's not
to help. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
help.
so I think that's worthwhile though too, because if you can mitigate it long enough, you can hopefully save more people at least until we get the vaccine up and running. That's my thought.
But why the toilet paper though? I went to the store today and all the toilet paper, all the paper towels, all the milk, all the eggs. It's like, what the hell?
And I got a couple rolls for you. If you need it, I got a couple.
I ended up getting some, but my point is, I'm trying to get to my boy's post right here because it was a great little meme and it was perfect.
You need to get that bidet, man. That's the way to go.
I know.
I got one. Shoot.
Everybody. It seems like everybody got one but me.
$35 on Amazon.
That's right. Man, I don't want to shit anywhere else but with my bidet. That's just savagery right there.
I think this is from my
uncivilized swine.
This is from my godson's page. Says, why are people rushing to buy food and necessities? We've been through this before. Those stores stay open, you fucktards. Great.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like those are the stores that didn't even get affected.
Yeah.
It's like, God.
I'm real curious what Black Friday is going to look like this year.
I mean, it's all going to be digital. They're already doing. I mean, you could do it now.
Yeah, so have you been out, TJ? Have you been shopping outside of the house in the years past? I haven't. I have not shopped outside of my home in at least 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
after Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, for the vast majority of stuff, no. It's everything's online. Amazon can get shit to my house the same day. Why do I need to leave?
Yeah.
See, we used to have a tradition for Black Friday. We very rarely do Black Friday to shop. We just like to people watch, and like we would, get the family together and meet up.
Yeah, it's like a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, just watch people fight over $5 stereos, and and then we would go in and be like, oh, hey, here's a flash drive for $3. And sure, I can use a flash drive. Why not?
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to wait in line at Best Buy for a PS5 or something.
No.
But like, there's already stores that are announced.
Shout out to my
mom.
I get a TV every year. My mom loves it. She loves it. She goes out and she eats Thanksgiving. She goes out Thanksgiving night. She goes out. She loves it. It's just what she does. It's her thing for the whole year. It's her favorite thing to do. And she always sends me TVs and stuff. And she was talking about, she's like, I don't know what they're going to do for Black Friday. I was like, man, you just order it. Get it shipped to the house.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm in the market for this year is another, because we're going to be buying a new house the beginning of next. So
shit, all them flags making that money, boy. All them.
You got a realtor and a mortgage person lined up, man. I know people. I know good people.
So we've got a realtor that we love. I mean, she got us this house, and we kind of got her at the right time. When we bought this house, which was 10 years ago, like we were at the age of her daughter who had just moved out. So she loved just riding around with us, looking at houses. And like she took us out for ice cream one time after we looked at houses. And I was like, all right,
That's
whatever.
cool.
She had that empty nest syndrome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
The
yeah.
got me.
mortgage people, man, because of COVID right now, there's a lot of mortgage places that are extremely concerned about liability issues because in January there's gonna be so many defaults that it's weird. Like I'm probably just gonna go through Navy Federal,
Yeah.
and mainly because they're like 2%, 2.5% right
Motherfucker,
now.
2.25 Navy Federal, baby.
Yeah,
Go Navy. Fuck the Air Force.
yeah.
Notice you didn't
Money,
say, I
G.
think I'm, you didn't think, I love that shit because I thought I was the only one. My penis told me.
No, every
Dude, I
fucking day.
swear I thought it was because I wasn't well endowed and I didn't ever want to admit it. But if I have sweatpants on and I do that, it just goes down the whole fucking leg.
Welcome to middle age.
Yeah, that
Oh,
happens.
I feel like that's by my whole life. I've
Yeah,
always
that
been
happens.
like I gotta shake extra hard.
The thing.
And my dad used to yell at me, like, if you're shaking it more than twice, you're playing with it. Get out of there.
So do y'all think there's actually going to be like a shit show on Inauguration Day? Like just wow. It's just something nobody's thought of yet. Like a transformer comes down or something. just something insane. Like I could see him being like on Inauguration Day, like I'm not showing up, but here's all the secrets to Area 51. Just something.
Here's your
I
boy.
think- yeah, you know what? I'm curious about what they're going to do. You know, people are going to want to show up for Biden's inauguration from this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, what are they going to do? I mean,
to?
the wise thing to do is obviously to say no. We're not going to have tens of thousands of people, you know, or 500,000 people crammed into this small space. So
It'd be a huge slap in the face. It'd be a huge slap in the face, though, if Biden got all petty with it. It was like, you know what? Today, yeah, y'all can come. Now that I'm
I hope he doesn't. I hope he
it's not a good look.
Well, they did the fucking stupid ass drive-in celebration party, fucking beeping horns. My friend's a comedian. He said at first he's like, I ain't gonna go do no stand up in front of a bunch of people with cars. You're giving hecklers the horn.
Yeah, good point.
It's like,
that's a good point.
You ain't setting me up, buddy.
I thought that Million MAGA March was going to be a bunch of bullshit until they actually showed up. I was like,
yeah, a little short of 1 million.
Yeah,
but
like,
it was a good chunk of change, though. It was
not really, comparatively speaking. They said that well, it's hard to say because you know people come and go. It's not like somebody's counting them in and out. But the local authorities said, would they say, Scott, 15,000 or something?
Yeah, it was a lot less than 1 million. A lot, maybe 50,000. I don't know.
I don't even think so. I really do think it was. I think it was in the tweens.
That's my new fun part. That's my new fun comeback. Is anytime somebody that's like uber Trumpish and they're like, yeah, well, there was documents released saying that there's like 10,000 votes that weren't counted, and then I just like going with, so that means 1 million, right?
Yeah, but some of the counties aren't that high. Plus, if there's 15,000 that's not voted, I mean, they're not all going to be for Trump, so you can't take them all.
It's over. It's over and done with. The only way it's not over is if. I mean, there's a couple of scenarios, but they're so off the wall. I mean, he would have to legit.
Yeah, but what is not off the wall so far about his administration?
I mean,
we're acting like this whole thing hasn't been off the wall.
No, I mean, like if he almost like martial law type stuff, like if he just straight up says, look, I'm still the president. I think that he can force state judges out. I think.
Oh my God.
But see,
if he
he's
was,
going to get a few states. So that I think that's where it gets tricky. Is all right. So you know, can he find somebody to corrupt in one state? Yes, maybe. But he's got to break shit in like at least 3 states.
3 major
And
states.
yes, yeah. So I just that's the thing that seems unlikely. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it seems pretty damn unlikely that he's gonna. And the longer it takes, the less likely it seems it's gonna be.
Yeah. I didn't know, I was just uninformed on it, that once a state actually certifies, there's nothing that can be done.
Yeah, right.
At all. They can't even present, like Giuliani can't present law, like he can't go to Georgia now.
Yeah, right.
Georgia's
certified, like you can file a suit and they'll just go, nope.
Well, perfect. Yeah. Once a state is certified, they
after
can't
this
even.
I know what I'm doing after this podcast. I'm going right over to that couch and I'm gonna put on Fox News.
Well, I mean, and now what I said about doing
it can't be as simple as you guys are saying that this shit would literally be over.
Yeah, no. Well, see, that's the tricky part. When I said that if he did some off the wall stuff, those 2 Republican certifiers that were in Wisconsin, I think he brought them to the White House yesterday. I'm like, dude, what?
That's fucked up. That is fucked up. Right
and he brought a bunch of legislators from Michigan in too.
Yeah, I mean,
and they were like, we're good. The votes are good.
And see, but Biden is playing it smart though. Biden is applying pressure now, and to get these states to certify. Like every day he's like, I would love to help y'all out, but I don't even know what the COVID numbers are right now. I don't know what our stockpile looks like. He's putting some serious pressure on without being
other people other people are saying that Trump is doing this to get him behind. And so he's not as prepared. You know,
you can have a piece of candy.
That's entirely possible because he's a vindictive prick.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna fuck them. I'm not gonna give them anything, and they're gonna come in limping around, and they're gonna be looking like they suck.
But at least, you know, in this instance, at least, and this is where, you know, I think it's important. Biden has experience. So even if he is behind, he's going to be ahead of somebody who's never done this.
At least he knows the deal.
Yeah. So
here's the deal. He knows the deal. Here's the deal.
Which brings me to a point that it does not make sense to me. I understand people dislike career politicians and why they do, but can you think of a more important job or a job that's as important as running the country where people think that not having any experience is a good thing?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what I say to that? You know what other thing I hate the most? It's like, why I like Donald Trump, man? Because he's not a politician. You can't say that anymore. You could say that the first time he got elected, but you're going to try to tell me the person at the top of the whole reason that most people get into politics, he is the politic. He's running campaigns. He's doing rallies. He's politicking. He's literally a politician. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the top of the politicians. I hate that argument. Well, we just don't want a politician in there. Well, he is.
Now he is. So
now before the first election, maybe you could be like, I voted for him because I wanted a non-politician.
Right.
But that shit's gone now. He was a president.
So I didn't even vote for him. Like on his very first shot, I didn't vote for him, but I was okay with the experiment because at the end of the day, if he surrounded himself with people, you cannot be the president and not understand how to navigate the political world. But when he fired everybody and brought in bankers to help, it's like,
I told you on the other podcast, Scott, I was okay with it because he started with good people around him, and he got rid of all of them. Then it got scary.
But that's the thing is that I saw that coming. I mean, he talked about he's only going to have the best people, and I'm like, this guy is not smart enough to know what the best people are. So
and if he gets mad at one little thing, he gonna fire you. Like,
well, that's the thing that came later. It's like, oh, well, I didn't know he was a horse's ass about loyalty, personal loyalty, rather than loyalty to anything else. But
Yeah.
so I had problems with him from the beginning. I didn't, I hoped that things would work out, but I didn't. I had no real expectation of it.
Okay, I guess that I would probably have the same stance then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to clean up a mess while I'm
One of the shit. I was gonna say something else about that. I forgot what it was. Oh well.
Yeah, it's getting late. We've been here on for 2 hours and 9 minutes, boys. We're almost on some Joe Rogan shit right now.
I gotta tell you what. It feels good to get this off of my chest.
Yeah.
My wife gets tired of hearing it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, those three things have been on my mind lately. I was gonna do one Thursday night, and I just fell asleep. Honestly, I planned on doing it Thursday, and I think I told you that, Scott. And then I freaking went. I just laid down in my bed, and I never woke back up again.
See, I enjoy the chess match of it. I like election night. I went to bed like 3:30, 4 o'clock because I knew there was so
but
much left.
I want other people on here talking with you guys. You guys have the same fucking theories and the same feelings. I really want to get a different perspective, and motherfuckers be hiding from me. I'm telling you, I'm looking through my Facebook right now to see all these people that I've been wanting to talk to, and they just ghost. And then as soon as I end the podcast, I usually rewatch the podcast and see how everything sounded, and then they're motherfuckers all over Facebook posting every single time.
Well, the people that that are on the opposite side of the spectrum, they're out at the bars right now. It is Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. Or
it's after 10. Not now. Yeah. They had to go home.
Yeah.
Like a barbecue with a cornhole tournament or something.
Yeah, for sure.
They're burning masks.
That's so funny. One of my friends had a cornhole tournament yesterday. Well, not a tournament, but had people over for cornhole.
So, as far as people on the other side are concerned, and again,
he's your
that's
friend.
Stipulating that there are other sides. I will say that for a long time, I was of the opinion that I knew people who were reasonable and just had a different ideology.
Yeah, no.
And as it turns out, that was
keyword
pretty naive.
Idiotology.
Yeah. Idiocracy. That's, as it turns out, no, they maybe at one point they were reasonable. Maybe I was just hopeful, but I don't feel like that for most people. And again, I'll just be right up front and say this. If you voted for Trump the second time around, then I have a problem with the way what you think is acceptable in society. I have real problems with that.
The moral compass of that person is skewed drastically.
Exactly. And so,
but then you're doing the same thing that they do to you because you don't like Trump. It's like you're still creating people and still judging people on their political.
Well, how else do you, I mean, all right. So I think there's two ways to judge you. Either they're okay with it.
I think that you have to be careful around such people, maybe.
Well, I told you, yes, you're right, because everybody else in my family is
they're
Trumpers. I mean, that's the truth. I think at best, they're not paying close enough attention. But after 4 years, I tend to think you should have been paying closer attention.
The evidence is there. It's just is what it is.
And then you got people who are probably just literally 100% cynical, and it's transactional for them. It's like, well, I'm one of the wealthy people who's going to get a tax break out of supporting this guy, and I don't really give a shit what he does to the less fortunate in order for me to get that tax break. And so again, there's a moral compass issue.
Yeah, the way that my family is, I'm in the same position, and the only way I can look at it is I don't necessarily say that somebody's a bad person for voting and believing in somebody. It's just if you're able to overlook all of that, it makes me question what else you're okay with either not paying attention to, not caring about, dismissing completely. And if my kids are going to be around you, I don't need that. I don't.
Yeah, but there's also the casual, maybe Trump supporter that knows half the shitty. They're not going around grabbing people in the pussy. Like, I just don't think it's that.
But how do you overlook all of the bad things? And again, that's the thing, is that the best I could say is they're not informed enough. They're not paying close enough attention, which bothers me a little bit. You
A
know?
lot less
Yeah.
than not caring, though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can
There's
understand.
there's
I
different
can under.
levels.
I can semi get past just not being aware versus being just negligent and saying I am aware and I just don't care.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
well, that's what I'm
if,
saying.
if you're
There's people.
if you're uninformed because of whatever, you don't know how to research for yourself. Maybe you're bad at researching stuff. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
He said it. He said it himself in 2017. He said I could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't
Yep.
lose a supporter. Those
Yep.
ones, those are diehard. Those are not going anywhere, no matter what. But there's a lot in me. There's a large scale of Trump supporters.
Yeah. Well, Scott, I don't think I've ever talked to you before. It's been a pleasure, my man.
Yeah, I agree, TJ.
No, you haven't
likewise.
been on here with TJ before?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, but
Damn, that's
it's
crazy
nice
because
to.
TJ's been on a bunch and Scott's been on a bunch, but just not together.
Like I said, it feels. It's. Let's say get it off my chest. It's more like
Your Aunt Christy got
let
it.
me share it with other like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
I like the idea, G, of debating. Somebody.
Not
who
even
has
a
different
debate,
views.
just like I would like
Or
to do
discussion.
some-
How about that?
Yeah.
But it is
'Cause I got
nice to have
accused
some
of
other
that.
people that I can say, yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah,
You're right.
I got accused of that on Facebook too. Some guy was like, You're not doing it evenly. You just set people up and come on there and you're not a moderator. We know your true colors. I was like, yo, have you ever watched a podcast? And he's like, no. I was like, then how do you know how it goes? Like, I don't want to be known as we're gonna set up a debate. Like my cousin Mike, he's a hardcore Trump supporter. I tried calling him with TJ on the line, live on the phone on election night because he was having an election party. And I told him before he left my house, I said, what happens if you lose? Like, how's that party go? He's like, there's no way we lose. And then they were losing, so we called him live.
That was the night that I called it at 3:06.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Literally, he didn't want to talk about it.
Most people see this, and they're like,
but 2 weeks before that, he's asking me a couple weeks ago. He's like, did you find the Joe Biden supporter that is willing to debate me? He wanted to, but I guess it's too late now. It was gonna be Scott or you, but I didn't know for sure if TJ was a Biden supporter. Me and Scott talked about it. I kind of knew which way TJ would probably vote, but I didn't know if he was a Biden supporter for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in this instance,
are you a lesser of two evil guys?
No. And as bad as it sounds, with Trump and Hillary, I didn't vote that year.
Yeah, I didn't. I voted down ballot.
That's the first time I had not voted, and I felt absolutely horrible for it. But I mean, that was a lesser of two evils thing. And
I couldn't do that. I couldn't. It was messing with my.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So I voted down ballot.
I would say that I am a Biden supporter in this instance because he's
just ready to fix this shit. You're ready to fix this shit.
I honestly feel like he wants to fix stuff. Yeah. And
I think he's a little crooked, but I think at the same time
they all are. You can't be a president without having a little bit of crook in you. Yeah. But the fact also, I was a huge supporter of how Obama was the president, not necessarily all of his stuff, because he did some dirt too. Mm-hmm. But as far as being in the position of the president, handling himself well, surrounding himself with people that knew what they were doing,
you felt secure.
Yes, and I just don't think that. I honestly think that Biden wants to fix this shit. I mean, nobody can look at the country right now and say, shit, we're doing great. Except for Donald Trump.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
He's the only one that thinks everything is fantastic right now.
It's never been better.
Yeah, and I mean,
Numbers like nobody's ever seen before.
Yeah, like I'm not a supporter like I'm going out campaigning, but I think that his moral compass is lined up more with mine. I don't.
Yeah, I told Scott I voted early. I voted about 6 days early. I think I voted on the Monday before, the week before. And I'm telling you, as I walked down that hallway and followed those arrows to the voting booth, I was making up my mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that weren't.
Maybe not making up my mind to vote for Trump over Biden, but making up my mind if I was going down ballot again.
Yeah.
So
I just don't. I do not think that the country, and it sounds cynical, it sounds really, really bad, but I do not think that the country would be recognizable if he was here again for another 4 years.
More. I just think nothing would get done.
Yeah. And this COVID thing, again, man, COVID is...
I think COVID gave us the opportunity for a different type of election that we'll never see again, number one. And I think if COVID never came, he wins this election.
Yeah.
He would have won. He would have won.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, even though he did win by, he lost by 5 million votes, 4 million votes, whatever it was, the popular vote at least.
Yeah, more than that, like 5.7. But
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
I think the COVID put the exclamation point on he don't know what the fuck he's doing, and people are like, all right, fuck it. I this gotta go. This guy's gotta go.
Maybe. I don't know for sure. That's a really hard thing for me to judge. I mean, hell, it could have been Black Lives Matter. It could have been,
everything came together. But like I said, it was a big paragraph, but the exclamation point for a lot of people on the fence was this shit. This shit's still here. He said 2 weeks. He said, fucking, we're going to be in church by fucking Easter. I don't think we're going to be in church by Easter by next April. It's like he botched it. It's all good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or he could have done better. It's hard to say because you can't tell that any president would have done any better. We don't know because we don't know for sure.
Well,
I see your face. I see your fucking face.
I want you to take a look at every other advanced country around the world and see how they did.
And they're not doing that great either.
No, they're not doing that great. Hold on. But who is the absolute worst in the world?
Yeah.
Who has the most cases in the world? Who has the most deaths in the world?
Like numbers you never seen before.
Exactly. So you're going to tell me that we couldn't do it as well as one other country?
Yeah, but he shut down the country to China in February.
It didn't even come out of our cases came from New York.
I know it's kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke.
I know. That's the thing.
I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't know if it came from China or not. His argument with that is flawed because I look at it from a football perspective. That's literally like saying we came out in the first quarter and we scored a touchdown, and then we got our ass whooped 54-7. Like just because you shut that shit down, it's like you stopped after that for a month and a half. He
did everything wrong, almost intentionally. I'm just saying, and this is the argument I have. People are like, well, how can you blame him? And I'm like, well, even if you don't want to blame Trump, again, look at what everybody else did.
Yeah, but the cupboards were bare, Scott. The cupboards were bare. Listen.
Shut the fuck up with that.
That's the other argument I love to defend because
the cupboards were bare.
He said Obama and them left the cupboards bare. Obama left that bitch in 2016. He said the cupboards were bare in 2019. I was like, bitch, you lived in the house for 3 years. You didn't see the cupboards were bare.
The best clapback was when Obama said we literally left him a COVID handbook. Literally.
He did get rid of those. He did get rid of those doctors that were on the pandemic team. Well, he says he didn't get. See, that's the thing. CNN says he fired the pandemic team right before he took office or when he got in. And then the real story is he switched them over to the Department of Defense because he thought it would be more of a chemical war attack from somebody we should be warned about, which he said that's what Obama was talking about. Instead of just something.
If he had done even a few things right, he could maybe have earned the benefit of the doubt. I'm not even talking about this. I'm talking about in the whole run up to COVID and in 3 years of presidenting, if he had done even a couple of things right accidentally, he would have earned maybe some benefit of the doubt on that. I think that's bullshit. I think he did it because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
There's one thing that I think he fucked up with.
What's that?
This thing would not be gone, but we would not be in a second lockdown right now if from day one, and people are gonna get mad at this, but it's 100% true. I don't care anybody.
National lockdown.
Nope, fuck the lockdown. Even if he didn't do
masks.
that, if he went on stage with a fucking mask and said, "Yo,
Oh yeah,
put a mask on. This shit is for real," kind of like he did with the recordings of that reporter, and this shit is crazy bad. But it became that mask became political. And he started running on that shit. And that's what fucked us. Because if they just put those masks on, I mean, I remember having with dear friends of mine that are going to see this and they know who I'm talking about, like arguments trying to prove that the mask at least helps. Like it's basic physics. And people to this day, 1 week ago today, someone said to me, "You know that mask, that gator you're wearing ain't doing nothing." It's like, no, it is. I don't give a fuck if it's this. It's blocking my fucking droplets from coming out of my fucking mouth. Genius.
Yeah, I don't.
And if you're going to make that argument, so we all agree on this podcast right now that the whole idea is to stop the droplets from coming out of my mouth, maybe floating into your mouth, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole process.
Yeah.
So then the argument was, you know, I'm trying to help you wear your mask to protect me and I wear my mask to protect you. So we're both protected. But I'm thinking about it from a physics perspective. So we already agree that me covering my mouth stops my droplets from coming over to you unmasked, and helps you not catch it. You're going to fucking sit there and tell me that if you also have a mask on, it's not going to be even better.
It is.
They're like, if it's a hermetically sealed fucking mask that they're supposed to wear in the surgeons. No, it still helps. It's still stopping the droplet from getting on your face, bro. Like people still think they don't work, and it's just a game to make us put them on. And if it is a game, what is the end game?
What is the point of it? Yeah. Right. Take away your freedom. I mean, it's like this is like the smallest possible thing you can do to show that you give a shit about other people around you. It's the smallest possible inconvenience.
It's like the 8 people in the attic of the White House, and they're like, "Oh, look at them all with their masks on. We won, bitch."
It's so ridiculous. God, it makes me. It makes me angry. It makes me laugh.
We're going to get the fuck out of here. 2 hours and 26 minutes. It was a wonderful one. I'm sorry nobody came on to battle you. TJ, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, always fun. We need to get the 3 of us together again.
Yeah, y'all should hook up on Facebook and do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, the whole manscaping thing.
We'll do.
All right, TJ, peace out, boy.
Yeah, have a good one. See you.
All right, Scott, I'll holler at you. Kicked. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody that tuned in, Christy Gadori, Scott Hicks, Marcus DJ, Mark Jones, TJ Bell in the building, Lauren Carlo, all y'all, everybody that participated, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you want to come on, let me know. Hit me up. We're on Who Cares Podcast YouTube page right now. If you want to check out this episode later, we're on Facebook. Hit me on Messenger. If you know me, text me. You want to come on, talk about anything you want to talk about, let me know. It could be bananas and peanut butter versus peanut butter and fluff. It does not freaking matter. Let me know what you want to talk about. We'll talk about it. I love y'all. I'm going to bed. Smooches. Have a wonderful Sunday. Tomorrow's the Lord's Day. Have a wonderful day.